energizing combo sets. Hearty noodle bowls. Waterfall soup.
When I was 15, the thought of an apocalypse never troubled me. The only thing I couldn't give up, even in the face of the world's end, was the sunset on that beach. Watching the sun gently slide into the water's embrace, or fireworks dancing on the canvas of the night sky. Even if tomorrow weren't better, it wouldn't be worse, I thought. When you're reading this letter, I imagine much has changed. Whether it's yourself or the world.
Starlight Knight transformation!
was 15, the thought of an apocalypse never troubled me.
Alrighty, guys. Good evening. Welcome in. Sorry with the delay. I was on the phone with the band director at Northern Illinois University, actually. But welcome in, Dragon. Congrats on first. Enjoy the points. AM, welcome in. Kaizen, welcome in. Let's see. Nikki, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. And Nancy, welcome in. How's everyone doing today?
On that beach.
I haven't been dropping in a while. No worries. They do have some Genshin events going on right now, so if you want to get a bunch of Prima Gems for pulls, make sure you get in on that. I am expecting some Archon reruns before the end of Nodcry 2, in fact, so make sure you guys get those Prima Gems. I believe ZZZ is still in maintenance for probably another 20 minutes or so, but we'll check. But how's everyone doing? So I wasn't here yesterday, got home, and apparently you had just... no worries. That happens. Yeah, yesterday we were just kind of working on just like Hoyo dailies, a little bit of exploration anyway. So actually, a lot of the exploration was in the new area, so you might not have wanted to be here for that. But yeah, we did dailies and some other stuff as well. But hope everything's good. How's your eyesight? Like I said, we are going to be pulling for Lucia here in a bit. Beyond Lucia, I don't know if we're saving for anyone else. I mean, there might be some characters in 3.x, but if we happen to get Lucia on a win or early, we might throw like a 10 pull towards Promia or whatever. Because I would rather do it on the day when I'm already pulling a lot anyway, versus just a random 10 pull like a week away from now. Because like for those charts that I keep, it's a lot easier for me to kind of track trend line and stuff like that if I am only pulling a lot every once in a while, as opposed to pulling a little bit often, if that makes sense. Let's see here. Got my Aria of Sorrow CD. Let's go. I was at mall, ate dinner there, and was visiting Game Store. Oh, nice. Any good dinner there? Actually, last time I ate dinner at a mall was actually not too recently, or not too long ago. Because I had to go to the mall last week. Yeah, last Monday. I had to go to the Apple Store because my iPhone 10 that I use as a chat monitor, and it's usually my third device when I'm pulling in Fire Emblem Heroes. The OLED screen on that is dying, so I was there to have it get checked out and talk about options for repair if possible. And I was there a little early, so I was like, I'll get lunch at Panda Express. So that's when I ate at the mall. And I have to go back there sometime this week because the replacement part has come in, so they can do the replacement. Which is going to be tough because tomorrow I've got an awards banquet. It's our Band and Choir awards banquet, so I have that Thursday. I guess I could do it Thursday. I've got a tech meeting at another school in our district, but then I guess after that I can just go right to the mall and have it repaired there. I'm guessing it's going to take more than a day, so I'll probably plan on going back there Friday to pick it up. Sunday, again, guys, we should stream as normal in the evening on Sunday, but I do have another concert at the Chicago Symphony Center. I don't know if it's CSO specifically, but because usually it is, but we'll see. They might just be renting out the venue. But it's the Music of Square Enix concerts. So they're doing not just Square Enix, but like Trials of Mana, Nier, a little bit of Kingdom Hearts, Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross. A whole bunch of stuff. So if you want to look up Music of Square Enix concert, and you can see all the games from Square Enix. It's from the makers of the Distant Worlds Final Fantasy concerts, but now they're covering a whole bunch of other Square Enix games. Let's see. Eyes mostly better. That's good. Got to try Meta AI glasses. Oh, no, I would not. There's no company I trust less with privacy and user data than Meta. I spent a bit too much though on. Oh, got some good pickups at the mall. Okay, at the game store. So only able to play music on them though. Let's see. Daito, welcome in. Yes, Cinco de Mayo today, guys. Pulling from Pomia. Hey, Destiny. Then Suffering through Story. We'll do Story either Friday or Saturday. Went to pre-order Arise and maybe grab some Tales games. They have Berseria, but not Vesperia or Zelia. How do you say that again? I keep forgetting. So ordered that one once I got home on eBay with some extra pickups at the mall. Yeah, but speaking of eBay, I was looking more into it. Apparently, many people are confused because GameStop has a market cap of $12 billion, but they have officially put in to buy eBay for up to 59 billion, and like, everyone's like, the math is not mathing. How does this work? Should be live. Yeah, it should be in about 15 minutes or so, give or take. So usually it's about a quarter after. They say it's going to be closer to, like, for me it'd be 10 p.m., but it's usually closer to like 9:15, give or take. Like I said, it's not exact. They give themselves an extra cushion of time. It's really funny. Felt weird just listening to what I was saying and scanning what I was looking at. Tales of Grace is F, which I'm not sure I'll like, but it was a Tales game, so fitting. Yeah. Near Automata, Pokemon Violet. Okay, so you got quite a bit. Ori 2 and Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection. We gave those to grandmother to give back to me in 7 months. Give me answers though I ignored it because it was my coding. I was doing my special idea. Oh, nice. Said with X sounding like Z. So Zilia. I Promia guaranteed. That's a win at least. Yeah, I have enough to basically guarantee Lucia. Let me double check. Because I want to know how much I have. Yeah, we have like 150 polls, but then we have 20 pity. So we can basically guarantee Lucia. Because like with the polls that we get back from like A ranks, we have we'll hit 180. Or we can hit 180 if needed. So yeah, we can guarantee Lucia. If we get them early and or win, we might throw a few polls towards Promia. But so there's no one in phase 2 that I'm needing because it's Billy or an Orphe. But aside from that, there's no one else I'm waiting for. Like maybe Valina, because Valina looks cool. But who knows? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Norma's the better one. I don't know. But yeah, right now there's no one else that is really on my radar for either a rerun or whatever. It may be Cecilia eventually, but rerun at most. Take off the glasses. She didn't know if they were, and she said for reasons take them off. I was annoyed, but it was funny. I mean, a lot of schools are also banning like things like Apple Watches too and smartwatches because like you can technically call and text on your watch even if you don't have a phone because if you get the ones that have cellular built in. Yeah, so a lot of schools are banning those too. I don't agree with even the state of Illinois is like, oh, should we ban cell phones in schools between during school hours? And it sounds like a lot of teachers the majority of teachers are like, yes, please. And I'm like, no, that's a dumb and short-sighted idea. Let's see. Also took some games off the list. I can add them back later, but that makes sense. That's good. It's good that you're kind of like reevaluating and prioritizing. Love my liege. You have a liege? Oh, life right now. Okay. All right. Let's see. It's probably not up, but let's try. I should probably have switched it to controller first, but. Banning cell phones is generally moronic. Like in emergencies, you'll actually kill people by doing that. That's part of the arguments that people have, and I can see that argument, but at the same time, I also understand the arguments against it in that scenario as far as emergencies go. But I think it's very short-sighted because, again, it's like any kind of other technology, especially the ones that we nowadays think of as commonplace or even like negligible in our lives. It's, people are only going to start using like these types of technology and devices more, and rather than try and fight it and ban them, like actually the principal at one of the other schools in my district, I like their mindset too. It's like rather than try and ban things because we don't understand them or because we don't know how to ban them or control them or whatever, why don't we just find better ways to teach the kids how to effectively use them, when it's appropriate to use them, when it's not, the benefits of having them versus not, things like that. Adventure rank right now is 35 because I got more time to play Genshin. Hey, there you go. Yeah, your adventuring is getting up there. And remember, it's gonna keep climbing until you get to like 50 or 55, and then after that, it's gonna go up real slowly. Well, sometimes kids have to arrange their own pickups from school. I mean, that we can easily do from like the office and stuff like that. But there are genuine like tech concerns that I have. The benefits that you lose by not allowing technology in the classroom is immeasurable. So, I mean, I get the concerns that people have, but it's because you don't understand the technology. But don't ban it just because you don't understand it. learn how to use it, learn the benefits of it, learn the downsides, teach kids the difference between here's why it's good, here's why when it's not good. You know, if it's just a distraction, that means you haven't taught them how to use the technology effectively. Use my phone as an MP3 player to prevent panic attacks from sensory overload. I'm sorry, but I agree of phone usage because one time this year I wasn't feeling well and I raised my hand for 10 minutes and I walked out of the room because it was when throwing up. But wait, that didn't answer the question though. Oh, called your parents? I mean, you're technically supposed, for liability purposes, you're supposed to do that through the office, even if the teacher ignored you. So that you're supposed to do that through the school. Log in again. Let's see. I don't think it's up yet, but let's try. But yeah, you shouldn't be making phone calls during school hours on your phone. That's the opposite of the point that I'm trying to make. The logic: are they banning calculators in math class since calculators can play games? Are they banning? Yeah. So again, that's along the route. So like again, it's like, yes, maybe in the past schools might have tried to ban that technology. Was that a good idea, or was it not? I think rather than trying to ban things like a blanket ban, which it sounds like a lot of teachers in not just the state of Illinois but the country are trying to do, a blanket ban, all phones out from start of school to end of school. But the problem is technology is only going to become more prevalent, and it's better to teach them now, okay, here's an appropriate use of using technology in the schools. Here's when it's just a distraction, but here's when it's okay, and here's where the educational benefits outweigh the downsides of it being a potential distractor. For example, we use devices, iPads and smartphones, when we teach marching band, right? And one of the big concerns when I was pushing for this and everyone was like, oh, is this a good idea, is it not, is that because they'd be on their phones, people were worried, oh, are the kids gonna be texting the whole time? No, because like, again, we're there to work. The majority of the kids know we're there to work and they need to focus. Obviously they'll know when they get distracted. Sure, some kids might shoot a text here or there, like real fast, like before we start working, or you know, after we're done working, or after we fix like a set or something like that. But for the most part, the kids are pretty good about, okay, now I need to focus. And the biggest thing, too, is because sometimes, especially during band camp in the summer, those practices can get pretty long. Well, we're using those devices and the battery during these 8-hour band camp days. The kids know, oh, I'm going to have, like, no battery left. I need to use my phone as little as possible. So that's one of the things, too. It's kind of self-correcting, so... If anything, technology can benefit education, stuff like spreadsheets and PowerPoints and Excel are very exactly, yeah. So again, rather than assuming all technology is bad and all cell phones are bad during school hours, I think it needs to be said that like, okay, the benefits of technology can outweigh the downsides of not having that technology. Now, should we move everything towards using tech for everything just for the sake of using tech? No, right? But the things that some technologies allow us to do and allow us to learn and learn more efficiently can be much better, right? So again, I don't think a blanket ban is the right answer. I think it should be a situational use. I think it should be a teacher-decided thing. Now, granted, the legislation that Illinois is trying to put it through, they're trying to say, okay, it's a complete ban on cell phones from start of school hours to the end of school hours, but they're trying to leave an opening so like if the teacher deems it's, you know, educationally valuable, then the teacher can decide they can use it. Which, then what's the point of this law? it's yeah. So, but yeah, that's just my take on it. I highly disagree with what apparently the majority of teachers are saying in terms of like a complete blanket ban on phones and technology during school hours. So, because the benefits can outweigh the downsides. You just need to monitor usage of devices, not outright ban them. Yeah, exactly. Or better yet, the problem is like a lot of older teachers just don't want to go through the process of learning new stuff. But better yet, teach kids how to use technology effectively. So instead of just using it for texting each other or doom scrolling, teach them, here are some cool things that your device can do that can help you learn better. You know? Question: if phones get banned from school, what will we use to March? This is only during school hours. So like when school starts to when school technically like the classes end. So it's not for like extracurricular stuff. And plus, again, even if that law goes through, it's still only it does allow exceptions for if the teacher deems it educationally appropriate. So even then, you could still use it in the during school hours. Which again, it's like, what's the point of this law then? Tew, welcome in. How are you doing today? Can we get a shout out for Tew? We're gonna be doing some ZZZ polls for Lucia once the maintenance is over. School had everyone using an iPad in school because of all the benefits. They just had to reprogram. Just had programs to restrict some stuff, which is reasonable. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like that's built in. Like when any what we call enterprise deploys devices like that, iPads, Chromebooks, MacBooks, whatever, those are controlled by the IT department. So on things that you can and can't do, and those would be obviously allowed under this law. But the law would be more the use of cell phones during school hours. And like I guess too, you could get technically you could get smartphones that could then be deployed by the school, which then are controlled. But in those cases, most places would just opt for iPads or something, because that would be cheaper than like a phone, because a lot of that technology is for phone purposes that then wouldn't be used at all. So that'd be a waste. Weeb, welcome in. How are you doing today? Also, Weeb, you're missing a tail. Let's fix that. Let's fix that because ads are starting in a minute. Ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum. How's it going, Weeb? That should go through in a second here. Same rule of if I don't want to have to put any effort into this, that leads to stuff like requiring an ID for every website because parents don't want to pay. Exactly, yeah. So a lot of the problem is just people being lazy. But I don't think a blanket ban is a good idea. Doing good, thanks. How are you all? Doing okay. Good luck on Lucia polls. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it looks like they're still in maintenance, technically for another 50 minutes, but they should be done in like the next few minutes here, because they're usually done about a quarter after. I feel like they should just leave it to the schools to make those decisions. It should be left to the schools, or better yet, the teacher, because obviously a lot of schools, they're still also like the states and stuff like that. They're thinking more of it in a general sense, whereas I think teachers have a better idea of, okay, here's what I'm trying to teach. Here's how I can utilize technology to help me teach that in the classroom, and then obviously they'll be the ones to be managing anyway. Like, okay, we're gonna use technology for this. Here's how we're gonna use it. Here's how we're not gonna use it, and so on and so forth. So I think that should be left up to the teachers, rather than the legislators that aren't in the classrooms, you know, or administrators who aren't in the classrooms. I think the tail's been gone for like a week. Oh, you guys gotta point this out to me. Let me know. Only play on my phone or go on it when I'm done with my stuff. See, back in my day, when we were done with our work, I would just whip out a Nintendo DS. Doing good. So not send my theoretical kid. Oh, wait, what just happened with my phone? What the heck? My phone screen that was dying just randomly fixed itself. What was it, like a loose ribbon cable? What is going on? My phone's fine now. Do I still have to repair it? What's going on? Should I just repair it anyway? Because again, this thing is already vintage. It's probably going to be considered by Apple obsolete soon, at which point I won't be able to repair it. Maybe I should just get it fixed. But like the screen just fixed itself. Would not send my theoretical kid to a school that banned tech. I would want my kid to be able to contact me if something happens. So okay, so I will say this though, in the argument of things like school emergencies, because when you look at like groups where mostly parents are the ones kind of weighing in on the situation, a lot of them are saying things like, oh, I want to be able to contact my kid during an emergency, or them to be able to contact me, and yada yada. And I get that. The problem is, if, like, for example, if we need to evacuate the building super fast, it's going to be more, well, not restrictive, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be harder to kind of get everyone out of the building if they're busy texting their parents or contacting their parents. If they're focused and listening to instructions from the teacher, I should say, we can be able to evacuate everyone much more quickly, if that makes sense. So, because again, in a situation of emergency, the first instruction we give everyone is drop whatever you're doing, listen to the instructions from the teacher. Because obviously there are standard instructions for like every type of emergency, whether it's like an intruder into the building, or whether it's a fire or a tornado or earthquake or whatever. There are certain standard procedures for each of those, and obviously we go through all, like drills for all of this and practice and all that. But obviously those directions can change at any time based on the circumstances of the said emergency. So the first rule that we always give the kids: listen for instructions. And if they're distracted, I mean, I get that they want to be able to let their parents know what's going on, or parents want to be able to contact them, but they can be dangerous. And also too, if there is an intruder and maybe someone has their phone not silent, that could be a problem too. So it's out. Already got her. Oh, congrats, Destiny. We're gonna pull there in a second here. I guess you don't gotta repair it. I mean, yeah, that would save me like $400. But the problem is my phone's already vintage and it will be obsolete soon. Should I just close the app and reopen it? Let's log in again. Fix my PS Vita, so now I get to buy Gravity Rush games at some point. Let's go. Izzy, welcome in. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. If you guys are here for the first time, by the way, my name is Christian. I stream every day on this channel. This is day 2,729 in a row streaming mostly games like Fire Emblem and other Nintendo games like Zelda and Pokemon. We also do a lot of the Hoyoverse games like Genshin, Star and ZZZ. Sub-Zero, welcome in as well. How have you been? Servers are up. Thank you. Yeah, we're about to go in here. We're not playing story tonight. I want to give you guys a head start so I don't spoil you when I do play through it this coming Friday and Saturday. But we are going to be playing for Lucia, and if we get them early or on a win, I'm not expecting a win because I've never gone on a win streak more than 3 in any Hoyo game. And we are at a win streak of 3, so I'm expecting to lose. But we'll see what happens. If we do win or get them early, we might throw a few polls, but not enough to guarantee Promia. But we might try. I don't usually pull for characters unless I can guarantee them. So, with the parents going to be late and needs to let their kid know to pick up, pickup arrangements have changed. They're supposed to let the office know because then the office can reach any kid as needed. Yeah, that's always been the standard. Should I pull for Promia or Lucia if I'm on free to play? I have 40 pulls on 60 pity. Ooh, so you're basically guaranteed to get a 5-star. Chat can probably answer better how Promia is used. Lucia is great for as a support for certain teams. So I don't know who you already have as part of your character roster, but Lucia can be really great supports. Actually, let me pull up some examples that I can kind of name off for you. Let's see here. Lucia builds and teams. So give me like a second here to pull this up. Been very good. I got 90 pulls for this banner. Let's go. Do you have a guarantee? I'm getting Promia since I main Anomaly Agents. There you go. I got bored, so I decided to solo the whole premium map in Fire Emblem Awakening with Severa on hard mode. Nice. Yeah, I gotta. We'll do another run at Awakening some point. We have some other Fire Emblem games I want to replay before then, though. But yeah, usually when two characters run together, like Lucia and Promia, odds are Lucia probably works very well with Promia. But there are some other teams that Promia also works with, which is actually why I'm pulling for them. I didn't pull for them on a first run because I didn't think I needed them. But it looks like they can work with a lot of characters I do have. So, for example, it looks like my Yixuan team would really benefit from having Lucia on the team, on like the Rupture team. Let's see who else. Looks like they work well with Banyue and Idhari, and even Monato if you want to use an A rank. Nope, 90 pity, just got seed. Okay, so not guaranteed. Hopefully I'll win for you then. After Promia, going for Orphe. Oh, nice, nice. I'm probably not going for anyone in phase 2. Once we get to 3.0, I might go for Valina. Like, they're on my radar, but I'm not completely sold on them just yet. Drain says, I've never been on more than a 3-win streak. Me right now on a 6-win streak on Genshin. Dang it. Yeah, my longest win streak in any of the Hoyo games is 3. Now, I've hit that twice on Genshin. When I got Skirk, Moeka C1, Moeka C2. And then I'm currently on a 3-win streak from Escoffier, Linnea, and Lauma. Starrel, I've only gotten that once with Finon, Treeby, and Sunday. Literally within 2 weeks of each other. I've hit 3 several times in ZZZ. So, notably, Shuyuan, Chingy, Miyabi, and then Yuzaha, Yanagi, Alice, and then currently Suna, Arya, and Nongong Yu. The entire Angels of Delusion team. Waiting for Billy, so no Promia for me. After Promia, I'm going for Orphe. I just got my Miyabi outfit. Let's go. And I'm on a 10-win streak in ZZ. Dang it. I've never had that kind of luck, guys. I've had pretty decent luck in ZZZ and Genshin, actually. Well, I've had better luck as of late in Genshin. Yeah, in the past year, I've had much better luck than I did on the previous year in Genshin, where I hit 100-0 for capturing Radiance twice. But the past year has been much better. I've won, it looks like in the past... Yeah, in the past 12 months, I've had 8 wins, 4 losses, compared to the previous 12 months where I had 7 losses and 1 win. Wow. Not including guarantees, obviously, in between. Was never the standard from my school. Like, if my mom was busy and former stepdad had to pick me up, she'd just text me. See, yeah, that's probably not what they were wanting, but they probably didn't mind too much either. Because especially, too, because, like, texting wasn't as prevalent as it is now, where kids are, like, texting in the middle of the class. School kind of sucked. They tried to blackmail me to avoid a lawsuit. Kind of sucked. About to do polls. Wish me luck. Let's go. Best of luck. Hope you get that win. We're going to sign in here and get ready for our other polls. Hoping for number 11. I would love a win streak more than 3, but at this point, I'm not expecting anything. Sparkle, welcome in. What was the no? You're just in time. Welcome in. How you doing today? Ooh, that's right. Oh, yeah, we got our polls for, like, new patch and stuff. And polychromes for update. How's it going, Sparkle? Wait for number 11. I could have sued over several things, letting them letting other kids do with chairs, false, yeah, all that stuff, yeah. I'll be expelled. I don't think that's enforceable. I think if they expelled you for reasons that weren't valid, I think you could get that overturned. Not that I don't know if you would still want to go there, but so yeah. We're going to go for Lucia first. If we get them early or win, we might try for Promia, but again, that's not the priority for me. Bum, bum, bum. Today's outfit, Miyabi. It's a nice looking outfit. I just don't spend on those. Tara, welcome in. How are you doing today? We're about to pull for the new characters. So if you guys are just coming in. So here's Promia. She's the new character. We're not going for her right now. We might if we have leftover polls, but we're primarily going for this character, Lucia, who is actually, this is her rerun. Let's see here. Do you think she'll work with Alice and Jane? Lucia? See, I'm not going to finish the data roaming event in HSR. Wait, why not? Also, did I finish that one? I think I finished that one. Yeah, that one you can leave it going in the background. Like if you just leave it idle, like you don't even have to be signed into the game. It'll keep playing on in the background to earn you points, and then you just use those points when you sign back in. Promia, yeah, she should be able to. Oh, Promia, okay. You need to wait to pick up Miyabi outfits. I kind of overspent by a lot. Okay. Oh, Promia, you got 100 polls. Yeah, hopefully you get that win, or if you don't win, hopefully you lose early so that you have a ton of polls still left over. Because you said you had 60 pity, right? You're stuck? Stuck how? Maybe we can help you. If there's something you're not sure about what to do. Like either explain it or send a screenshot or something. 90 pity? Wait, how are you at 90 pity? That doesn't make sense. Alright, I'm at 20 pity on a 50-50 chat. I'm going to start a... I'm scared. Don't be scared. Or just do it scared. That's what we say. How do you idle? It just goes on in the background. I can probably show you here once we're done with our polls. Because, again, all we have today is just polls. We'll do the rest of our Hoyo dailies after this too. So I can show you if you're not sure, because basically it just plays on its own in the background. Wait, unless I'm thinking of a different thing. We'll double check though. Oh, yeah. But if you're not sure, send me a screenshot. We'll take a look at it. By the question, what do you think? A lot of 30. Oh, let's hold on. A lot. Oh, a lot of 30, 20 open, 10 sealed PS4 games should sell for. I am not the best person to ask for that. I think a lot of that would depend on the specific games that are included. Like big story and adventure type games that are very popular and timeless, people would probably pay a lot more for, versus something like a sports game. Not that I'm expecting you to have like 20 Madden games or anything like that, but yeah, wondering 300. It would really depend on what games are in that lot. And again, for PlayStation games, I'm not like the best expert on those, but you could send me a list and I can maybe give you a ballpark number. This could be hours wasted. I'll watch your poll out. All right, before we do our polls, though, I usually do a prediction in the chat. By the way, guys, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that follow button. We stream every day. This is day 2,729 in a row. So we stream every day, get those channel points, get those drops. Remember, ZZZ drops should be coming to you after every certain amount of time, including polychromes. So again, make sure you guys have your... Oh, hey, whoa. It's time to play. But yeah, you guys can get some Twitch drops, including polychrome. So make sure you have your Twitch account tied to your Hoyoverse account. Let me start a prediction for chat. I'm wondering if 300 is fair. Yeah, let me know like some of the games that are in there. But yeah, the best I can give you is like a general ballpark number. I can't play. Or can't. My brother has gotten to. Oh, okay. Do you remember when it ends? But I'll show you when we're done with our polls, because again, it should just automatically be earning points for you in the background, and then all you do is that you just kind of allocate like how you want to spend those points later. All right, how many pity and polls to get Lucia? A reminder that we are already at 21 pity, so that kind of factors into this, and then we'll set this for a 5-minute duration here. What? What is this? There. And start prediction. Confirm prediction. All right. Predictions should be open. How many polls will it take? How much pity/polls will it take to get Lucia? Join your server for Discord. Let's go. Welcome to the community. If I want to install all my PS4 games, although I'm going to keep the PS4 itself because I can fix it and use it as DVD and Blu-ray player. Yeah, that's fair. You got this. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, hoping for a win. This would be our first 4-win streak. Mostly stuff like God of War, Spider-Man, Last of Us, Kingdom Hearts, FF7 Remake, etc. Okay, those should go for a decent amount. Actually, you probably could ask... If they're all like those types of games, you could probably ask for more than 300. But again, it depends on the rest of that lot. So there's some niche stuff like Ni no Kuni, Danganronpa, a Sword Art Online game. Okay. Gonna get her W engine as well. I usually don't pull for W engines unless they're like Void Hunters. So like we have one for Miyabi, we have the one for Yishwen, we have the one for Yishinguang, and then I think we have another one because we did lose on a weapon at one point, or a W engine at one point. Let me see. Yeah, we got Miyabi's. Yishwen's was a guarantee. We lost and because we got Hellfire Gears. I forget who that goes to. We have Time Weaver, which is Yishinguang's. Practice Perfection. So we do have Alice's as well. Who's Cloud Cleave Radiance? I don't remember who that is. Let's see. Didn't you get either Anby or Alice's engine? Yanagi's? Hold on. Let me see what they are. Who's Hailstorm Shrine? That's Miyabi. Qingming Birdcage's Yishwen. Who's Time Weaver? ZZZ Time Weaver. That one is Yanagi. Okay, so we do have Yanagi's. Practice Perfection sounds like Alice. So we have Alice. Who's Cloud Cleave Radiance? Maybe that's Yishinguang. Okay, so it sounds like we have the Void Hunters or Void Hunter level characters, plus Alice, plus Yanagi. I probably figured because I use her so much that it'd be good to have her W engine. Have my agents have their engine? Yeah, I don't pull over engines all that often. Hope you win in 20 pulls. That would be awesome. ZZZ, I generally don't win super early. That one, mostly it's Genshin where I get stuff early. But it looks like I have been getting a few more earlies as of late. We got Yixing Guang on 24 pulls. Guarantee after we lost initially, but after the loss, it was only 24 more. And then we got Alice's W engine in 22. But for the most part, ZZZ and Starrel, I generally have to go to soft pity. All right, guys, cast your predictions. Looks like we're about 2/3 done. Once those predictions are locked in, we'll get our polls done here. What does Promia look like? Evelyn a lot. I can kind of see it. Save so long for Yanagi, specifically that you went for her W engine. I think we just wanted to make sure that we guaranteed Yanagi, but then we were like, oh, we got Yanagi, let's go for her W engine. I don't know if I was specifically expecting to go for that, but I think we knew the possibility was there. Because she was your one who got away the first time. Eve was so perfect, they had to give us Eve too. That's so true. All right, while we're waiting for that prediction, and I'm going to do a pack here in Pokemon TCG Pockets. Hoping for some Meloettas. Remember, guys, send me your Meloettas. Hattrem, Poliwag, Castform, Voltorb, and Full Art Badoo. New! Let's go. Jane is more perfect. Where's Jane Doe 2? Alright. We got the Badoo card. Alright, predictions are almost done. Get those predictions in. Back, welcome in, Destiny. Get your prediction in. How much pity or pulls do you think it's going to take to get Lucia? We are at 21 pity already, so we're not going to get any less than that. But once those predictions are locked in, we do our polls here. Not for you. We were going to do it for Lucia. If we get Lucia earlier on a win, we might try for Promia. Because, again, no one else is on my radar coming up, except for possibly Valina. But, again, we're not locked in on them yet. Charlotte, welcome in. I'm not big on Promia. I haven't played the story. We'll see. Or not, I haven't played the new story that just came out, like, 20 minutes ago. But this game does a pretty good job of like taking characters I'm indifferent on and then making me care about them. So we'll see how I feel about them after we play the story, most likely on Friday or Saturday. But predictions looks like are locked in. Are they locked in? I think they're locked in. Okay. You got 14 Gengar cards. Congrats. I'm basically just trying to collect up a bajillion like Meloetta cards. Next 10 pull, should be a limited because I'm at 70 pity on a guarantee. Let's go. Yeah, you should. I rarely have to go over 80. Usually if I go over 80 anywhere, it's Star Rail for some reason. It's always Star Rail. Actually, have I gone over 80 in ZZZ? I don't know if I have. I have never gone over 80 in ZZZ. Genshin, I might have like once. But like I said, generally it's between 75 and 80. Genshin. So I lost going for Raiden C1. I got Jean in 81. And then when I won on Baressa, it took 81 as well. But that's it for Genshin. Star Rail, I've gone over 80. I hit 80 on Topaz and Numby. I hit 80 going on a guarantee for Castoris. Winning on Finon hit 80. Hycealans took 80. Losing to Sparksy and got Sela at 80. So yeah, it's usually Star Rail where I have to go that far. Gengar EX worth like in real life? Oh, we're just doing TCG Pocket. I can't handle the real life stuff. Just finished watching the Dodgers Astro games. We lost 2-1. A pitcher's duel. Yep. 80% of 5 stars are between 75 and 80. That would make sense. Have you tried the newest NTE? Yeah, in real life. Yeah, as soon as you were like 600, I'm like, that's not TCG Pocket. That's real. That's the real stuff. That's the big game right there. All right. All right. Predictions are locked in. Let's see if anyone wins some channel points here. All right. So again, we have 21 pity. We're gonna keep track of our pulls as we go. Wish me luck, chat. Can we get some Lilith emotes in the chat, please? Actually, let me double check and pull the same time. Let me check one last time because we did get some polychromes and all that stuff. How many pulls we have total? We have 6 plus the 500 thingies, which is what? That's 31 plus 6, so 37. Plus, because I want to write this down. 37 plus 30, so 67. Plus 82, that's 149. We have 149 pulls. We have 21 pity. So basically 170, but then like I said, we're going to get at least 1 A rank per 10 pulls. So we should hit 180 if needed. All right, guys, here we go. Wish me luck. Lilith emotes in the chat. So here we go. First 10 pull. This will take us up to 31 pity, or up potentially up to 31. Lilith emotes in the chat. Let's go. Should probably record my pulls, right? Nothing good for the Lakers right now. I mean, you guys got LeBron. I wouldn't get your hopes up. All right, only 1 A rank. All right, we got Lucy. So I got a full pull back there. So now we're at 31. Oh, you got an ad? Okay, we can stall for like a minute here while I put in the 31. Let's see, Sub-Zero just got 2 A ranks. Lakers are down 84-72 after the third quarter, and we're in OKC. Also ad break. Isn't having LeBron a good thing? He's a top 5 player from what I remember. He's very athletic, but the problem is he's not a good closer. Like, he doesn't come in clutch. He'll usually just, like, sit out. I'm out of here. Wait, Sparkle, did you send me the picture? Because I can probably help you figure out what's going on. Let me see. All right, our ad's done. Oh, you guys, you added at 2 a.m.? They should be done soon. Hold on. Always eager to help. I am. I try. All right. It looks like ads should be done. And again, we're at 31 pity. Welcome back. All right, we were stalling so you guys can come back from ads. All right, here we go. We're at 31 pity. We only got Lucy on that first 10 pull. We'll try and see if we can get them here. We're going to go up to 41 pity now. All right, wish me luck. Next 10 pull, and boom. Come on, right here, right here. Nope. Only 1 A rank again. And again, it's on the first one. Another Lucy.
Good day. You may call me Lady Lucy.
2 letters off Lucia. Kinda, sorta. I'm assuming they are right up. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, we're at 41 pity. Alright. Ready for the next 10 pull, guys? Here we go. That was 2 10 pulls so far. We'll do another one here. This will take us up to 51. And again, we're still on a 50-50. Not a guarantee. Let's see what we get. Third 10 pull of the night. Ah! 51 pity now. Ooh, 3 A ranks. Can we get 3 pulls back from this? Here's hoping. Oh, Ah, just the W engine. Big cylinder. And then...
Heading out. Yay!
we got Sokaku. So those are the 2 rate ups. Lucy and Sokaku. And then we should have another one after this.
Hungry?
What?
Let your senior make you some noodles.
Paninhu. Oh, a rainbow. We got Zoroark EX. Poliwag, Bramblin, Hattrem. Ba-da-dum, 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 ba-da-dum. We got 2 pulls back and then some. Alright, we are now at 51 pity. Alright, chat, that's been 3 10 pulls so far today. Let's keep going. Wish me luck. Here we go. Still hoping for early. Please, please, please. Right here. Three A ranks again, but no S rank. Okay, 61 pity. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum. That's the first one I've legitimately pulled from this pack, this booster pack. We got Meloetta. Not the full art, but still like the sides are holographic or whatever, or the foil or whatever. Let's go. We got Meloetta. And let's see what we got here in ZZZ. Again, we're up to 61 pity now. Got three A ranks out of this. How many do you want? A 99? As many as I can get. All the Meloettas. And we got Lucy.
Just arrived. Allow me, Lady Lucy, to entertain you. I'm here
Another
to
Lucy.
win. No matter what it is, I will win it all.
And then we have another A rank somewhere here. Another Lucy.
Foxy, good day. You may call me Lady Lucy.
I assume there's a cap of how many cards you can have. I will find out. Sideways 8. Considering sending my brother a Dead Kennedy song since he's never heard of the music before. Holiday in Cambodia. Or you can, whatever you think they would like. Where it's likely an accident they forgot to replace and it's being overblown. Alright, so those are our 3 A ranks, 3 Lucys. And 3 pulls back. So now we're at 61 pity. This next 10 pull will take us almost up to soft pity, but not quite. Let's see what we get. Alright, Sub-Zero, you still pulling? Did you get them? Hopefully. Here we go, our next 10 pull. This will take us up to 71. And again, we're on a 50-50. Here we go. No, come on. We're gonna hit soft pity, chat. We're at 71. We'll still do a 10 pull. Your pull's looking low. And we have enough to go all the way to 180 if we need to, but I'd rather we not. What if some of you really like drop soon? Well, no one else is going to drop in 2.8 that we're going to want. And even if, let's say, I go 180 here. Let me pull up my list here. So let's say someone in 3.0. Like, let's say I do want Valina, right? let's say this one goes up to 180. I'm still going to have, at the start of that patch, about 80 pulls. And then by the end of that patch, I should have enough to guarantee them. Or by the end of that phase 1. Now, if there's 2 characters in 3.0 that we want, which is unlikely, then we might be in trouble. But yeah. Holiday in Cambodia might be easier to path in, given how much he loves another California-based punk band, Blink-182. You said they win you over on the characters a lot. Not necessarily to the point where I'm like, oh, I have to pull them. But a lot of times there are characters that I'm indifferent on, that I'm like, oh, a new character's announced. Big whoop, whatever. In other games, it's not uncommon for me to stay like, oh, whatever, new character, cool. And then not really care for them much. But in ZZZ, a lot of them, they do a really good job of telling their story and be like, okay, this is a character I'm going to care about. Not necessarily going to want to pull for them all the time, but it makes me care about the character in a positive way. Didn't plan any Angels of Delusions, but pulled all 3. Okay, so that's because we got Suna early on a YOLO. We got her in like 20 pulls. And then we're like, well, now, because they had that thing with the wallpaper, right? I'm like, well, now we might as well try to get all 3. Especially, too, because there was no one in, in the wings that we were waiting for. Like, the one that we said, like, maybe we'd go for in the future was Lucia. But we waited for a special program. We saw that Lucia wasn't going to be on the patch with, like, Arya. Or no, that was the same one as Suna, right? On the patch with Nongong Yu. And then we're like, okay, let's pull for Nongong Yu. It's Apples Oranges. Dead Kennedys are a hardcore punk band. Blink-182's pop punk, but Holiday in Cambodia is a bit more digestible. Hardcore punk, if one could ever call. Yeah, BRB, no worries, but we are gonna keep pulling. All right, so we are at 71 pity. All right, I'm guessing Sub-Zero, since they haven't said anything. I'm guessing they either got them and then now they're just like celebrating like crazy, or maybe they didn't get them and they're kind of struggling to figure out what to do. Like Genshin, you plan for multiple emergencies. Seems that's not a thing in ZZZ. That's because there's no one that's like we're waiting for. Like even on reruns, this was the only character we were potentially waiting for. Although, okay, so I guess now Cecia's a maybe on a rerun, but there's like no one else that like is even like when we watch that preview video of characters that would be coming up. Some of them are like okay, maybe on my radar, but not a lot. Whereas with Genshin, and to some extent also Star Rail, although not much as of late in Plain Arcadia, but yeah, when that happens in the other games, yeah, we plan for like 3 or 4 patches out because there's almost always, at least on average, let's say every 2 patches, there's usually like one character I would want to go for. What about Sunbringer? She's a Void Hunter. If they're a Void Hunter, I guess I might go for them, but I mean Sunbringer's design alone, when I saw it, I was like, eh. But yeah, we'll see. I guess we'll save for them. But they're probably not coming right away, right? At the earliest would be what? 3.1? Because that's when Ishuen ran. Although they are technically not a Void Hunter, but they could be. All right, let's keep on. We're at 71 pity, chat. This is going to take us to soft pity. Let's see if anyone got their predictions. Here we go. This is going to take us up to 81, but we're probably not hitting 81. Let's see. Let's find out. We're probably getting the S rank here. Hopefully, and hopefully it's a win for Lucia. But if it's not a win, we are still prepared. Here we go. The LE XP patch when I heard. Oh, then I don't. There we go. S rank. They're at the very end. Of course they are. Still doesn't look like that's 80 exactly. So, all right, we're at 71. Let's count. I'll put the date in that we are getting something today. This is 5/5/26. We'll find out if it's a win or a loss. We're at 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, and I think this next one could be it, right? Here's 77. No, it's the next one for sure then. Here's 78. 78. Let's go. We got her. We won. That's our 4th win in a row, chat. That never happens. No A ranks in a multi. That's rare. We won. What do you say? 78. So we're gonna have 3 more for the next one. 4 in a row. Let's see. I'm not gonna win this. Oh, I mean, you don't have enough to reach guarantee yet, right? Because you said you had like 40 polls. Thank you for the clip, Dragon. Let's go. Her book pages are messed up. I was looking at them like, that's interesting. I never noticed that before. All right. I don't know if I pre-farmed for her. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. All right, so we have, I think, 3 left over, pity. So Nangongi and Lucia both took 78. Two, 3. Now, that did take up the soft pity. I'm not going to pull yet for Promia, but let me do a quick check. We might do like a 1 or 2 temples. We'll see. Still not going to get her. Will you? Hold on, let me see. If get an S rank. Are you're on a 50-50, right? Yeah, so yeah, you're about like 45 polls or so. Assuming once you claim all your like the updates, polychromes and stuff like that. But yeah, right now you don't have enough to hit soft pity. But as the patch goes on, you'll get more polls. So did you do your polls today, or are you gonna hold off and wait a little bit to have more? I'm gonna do a quick check on how many polls I have right now. So let's see, 31 plus 38, so 69 plus 28. Was that 97? So effectively, you only spent 50 polls. So we have 97 left. So you didn't like Lucia as a character from my initial impressions. I mean, she wasn't like amazing, but when she came out, I didn't care for her. Like I didn't think I would care for her. But then we played through the story. I'm like, okay, I care about this character in a positive way. So, but yeah, again, would I still have pulled for them at the time? No. But now that, especially now that I know that they benefit some teams and characters that I have, were they worth a pull? Yes. Especially since, again, there's not a ton coming up that we're expecting to pull for. I have a theory your wins affect my wins. No, it might, like, things might seem like that sometimes, or in the reverse other times. But yeah, there's no way accounts are connected like that. There's why Destiny repeatedly telling me I need her. I refuse. Oh, you pull for who you want. Like, she's not a must-have, but she does absolutely benefit some of the characters I have. Like, Ishwen is probably the one that I was like, oh, let's use her on that team. All right. All right, let's see. We have 97 polls. Let me see how that affects trendline. For potentially Valina. Valina's the only one that's like we have like an expected like release that's I'm like, okay, maybe we pull for them. Let's see. Extend the new trend line out till November 21st when I'll have 602 polls, assuming I don't pull from here until then. All right, so at the start of Valina's banner, we're gonna have 203. Because I don't expect to pull for Norma. I don't know who. Let me see. Did I put predictions for reruns? I think I did. potentially Suna or Dialin, and Banyue is who I'm predicting for 3.0 reruns. I don't need any of those. So yeah, in 3.0, the only one I would expect to want is Valina. 3.1, don't know who the new characters will be yet. I'm expecting reruns. Yishin Guang, I think, is a lock for 3.1, based on Miyabi rerunning in... Was it Miyabi? No, it was... No, it was Miyabi. Miyabi ran in 2.1. Yeah. So I think Yishin Guang is a lock, and I think Dialin, if either Suna or Dialin is in phase 1 3.0, and whoever doesn't run is in phase 2 of 3.1. My Wi-Fi died for a little bit. Did you win? I did win. It took 78 polls, or pity. Oh, I should probably pick a winner for predictions. No one predicted soft pity. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. I absolutely love her. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah, no, she's a really cool character, I think. But not everyone has to like the same characters, so I'm gonna try Promia. I might throw up to 2 10 pulls right now to see if we just get lucky, but let me see. Let me go through the numbers again. So again, 3.0, the only character I potentially might want is Valina. We'll have about 203 polls, so that gives me right there at least 2 10 polls, probably more, because again, I don't factor in that we do get a 10 poll, at least, I don't factor in that we generally get about 1 pull back for every 10 poll. It's a little less than 1, because again, sometimes we get W engines, which aren't a full pullback, but you know. Fun for listening. Holiday in Cambodia is going to be easier for my brother to get. There you go. Okay, and then let's see, when does 3.1 start? Because again, depending on the new characters in 3.1, that might be something. So let's see, July, did I write in phase 2 also? When is phase 2 of 3.0? Around July 7th, and then the next one's going to be around July 28th. So July 7th, I'm going to put in 3.0, phase 2. And then July 28th, 3.1, phase 1. The dates I'm giving are Tuesdays. This patch right now is on a Tuesday. Generally, ZZZ is on a Wednesday though, so I'll have to keep that open just in case. 3.1 phase 2, August 18, and then September 8th. August 18th, September 8th. Phase 2, and then September 8th is 3.2. Okay, so let's assume there's at least 1 new character in 3.1 that I'm going to want. Let's say I don't pull, or let's say I go 184 Valina against the 203 I expect to have then, which means, and let's assume I gain my usual average of pulls. That seems a bit low, but okay. 3.1, I should have about, let's see. What is that? That's 120 or so. And by the end of that patch, yeah, we have enough to guarantee by the end of it. So maybe not in day 1. If a second new character that comes out in 3.1 that I want, we might not have enough to get them on day 1. But we can definitely for sure get them by the end of the patch. Now, of course, this is assuming I go to 180 every time, which that doesn't always happen. So we give ourselves that leeway built in. And any extra polls that we save, it's bonus. Probably not going to be comforted by the lyrics, but, you know, punk rock, yeah. Ad break. I'm so annoyed right now. So again, Sparkles. So part of the reason why I'm generally satisfied with my pulls, again, I don't pull for characters usually unless I have 180 or I'm willing to not get them. Like if I'm pulling with less than 180, I have to make peace ahead of time that like I have to assume I'm not going to get them. Now, if I get them in like less pulls, like if I just be, I only have 20 pulls left, we'll just throw pulls at them and see what happens, and we get them, great. But I have to make peace with being okay with not getting them if I don't have 180. Because that's why I like to go into every poll for characters that I want to make sure I get with at least 180. Or realistically closer to like 160, because we get polls back with every 10 pulls. So usually if I can get to 160, I'm confident I can get them. Ad break? Okay. Lost my 50-50. Oh, how many pulls who'd you get? And then are you going to keep pulling, or do you have enough pulls to keep going? Also, I'm going to leave. Are you going to work on anything? Also, Sparkle, did you get my DM? I don't know if you got my DM. But no rush, but check it. Rip, yeah. You got Lycon? Okay, you're at 45 pity on the guarantee now. Okay. You should be able to get enough pulls before the banner ends if you really want to get Promia. Yeah, okay. So 45 on the guarantee, and then hopefully you can get them before the patch ends, or before the phase ends. Hopefully still early, because you got time still. I do it on her. Okay. Yeah, we might throw a few temples here, or not expecting to get Promia, but maybe we get lucky. We've only had like super good early luck on like YOLO pulls and Genshin. We haven't had super early luck in the other games. At least not on a 50-50. I think the Herta was our only one on Starro that we got lucky on a 50-50. ZZZ, the only one that comes close would be Suna. Looks like we got her in 30, not 20 like I thought. So 30. I need her engine for the extra mastery. Grind to my last breath. Yeah, okay. No, I get that. And again, this is just day one, guys. You got 3 weeks. But hopefully you can all get who you're looking for or hoping to get. I know Sub-Zero really wants Promia. I know Sparkle really wants the what's the group called again? Spook Shack. We wants Billy. What's this guy's in? This is something for me. Oh, this is the Fate trailer that we're expecting? Okay, I'm not ready for that yet. We're still on ZZZ. Good side is I can continue on Cecilia longer. That's true. All right. But okay, let's see. We have enough. I think we're gonna do two 10 pulls for Promia. Let's see what we get. See, as your second favorite Spook Shack member. Not who's your third favorite then? All right, 2 10 pulls. That's it for now, unless we somehow get a lot more pulls in the coming weeks than I expect to. All right, wish me luck, guys. Just 2 10 pulls. Otherwise, we're just building pity for Valina. Here we go. We have 3 pity coming into it. And then after this, we'll switch over to Faye. Because we were expecting that, but we're still not done with this. What? That looks different. Wait! What? That's my first double. 3. That's a win. That's 5 wins in a row. What? Wait, how many was that? How many, I didn't count. Wait, did I count? I think I counted. Was that 3? Five? It was 5? Okay, we'll keep count going forward. What just happened? 3 into the pole. Okay, so then it would be 6 then. We'll keep track going here. Going for here. All right, out of my 450 days of playing this, has never happened. I've never gotten a double in any Hoyo game. Oh, I don't know what just happened. All right, here we go. Let's see if we get a 2 Promias or a loss, which means a future guarantee. 1, 2, 3. Next one, right? 4. Next one. Oh, we got a loss, but it's Grace. So it was at 5. So there goes our win streak. So Grace is now M3. Also found a copy of the Dead Kennedys compilation album. Oh, yeah, let's go. That's right. Now Premio Works has dedicated Miyabi support. Until we get Valina next patch. I might go for Valina. Tara, look, we just got a double. It's my first double in any Hoyo game. And then 1. Is that the last one? We got 1 there. Okay, so 6. So Promia would have been 4 plus the 3 head, so 7, right? Because then we got 4 plus the 5 for Grace and plus the 1. So yeah, we got Promia in 7, Grace in 5. Those are the first I've got in single digits, and they're back to back basically because it's yeah. Thank you for the clip. And you gotta I got it guaranteed. So worth. All right, Valina guaranteed, guys. So now, yeah, our win streak now, our max win streak is 5. We went from 3 being my longest in any Hoyo game to now 5. Broke the win streak, rip. And now, yeah. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I honestly did not expect that to happen in 110 poll. Like, maybe we were hoping for a 5-star, hopefully Promia, within like 20. This is gonna fit. No, that's not how it works. Looks like there's pre-order on Yellow Vine. Ooh, dang it! I'm sorry. It will happen for everyone. For me, my first double took me what? How long? 2.5 years to get my first double in a Hoyo game. All right. We are. I definitely did not farm for Promia. When you do an inventory of how many pulls we have left, so 31, and then we're going to fade right now. We didn't even do a prediction on that one. 31 plus 40, so 71 plus 18, so we have 89 left. So yeah, we effectively spent 60 pulls today, but we had 20 pity going into Lucia's banner. All right, well, that's something. It's my first double. Got like 450 active days in ZZZ. This never happened. Yeah, I've been playing since day 1-ish. I mean, I created an account day 1, but I was in Japan at the time, so I was kind of busy, so I couldn't like really dig in until like about a week later. But all right, so we'll have to farm for a couple characters. I don't know if I fully pre-farmed for Lucia. We can probably level them up, but I don't know about anything else. Lakers lost 108 tonight. Yeah, so like back in the day, if you had like a 5-point deficit, that was like game over. Because like back then, people played defense. These days, like what is that, an 18-point loss? Like back in the day, that would be a blowout. Nowadays, that's like you can overcome that in the last few minutes. The double in ZZZ, I went away to watch Fate trailer. Yeah, we're gonna watch that in a second here. Hoping early win to get Promises or Promia's engine and skip Orphe now. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I only go into banners. I only expect to get them if I have 180. That's the only time I feel confident I'm gonna get this character. If I get them early enough, then I can be like, okay, extra pulls for something else or whatever, right? So I did get a double, my very first Hoyo double. So we got Promia in 7. We had 3 left over from Lucia, and then we got Promia 4 pulls into the 10 pull, and then 5 more pulls after that we got Grace, and then now we have 1 left over Pity for the next thing. Both wins, win and then a loss. So now we have a guarantee probably for Valina. Again, Valina's not. I'm not hard committing to pulling for them yet, but right now they're the highest thing on my radar. Only double I got was a Bang Boo. Bang Boo are still useful though. Oh yeah, I have to figure out if I need Bang Boo for any of these characters. But we'll figure that out later. We're gonna do a switch over to Faye. We have a trailer. All right, let me pull this up. Destiny, did you level up your Promia already? I don't know what they need. I did my my commissions for Notorious Hunt for targeting for Lucia. Didn't plan to go for Promias. Switching to Fire Emblem Heroes for the trailer reaction. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so this is going to be a... Let me put the link too so people can just click it and go. All right. All I can say is I'm cooked. I got no orbs because of Tiki. So it's a banner you like. Okay, so let's see what we get. Let me get Meloetta off the screen there for a second. Meloetta! At least I got my $30 on PSN account. I gotta wait for it to update. Yeah, I usually do like the monthly thing, like the $5 thing monthly. But that's usually all I do. Alright. Also, guys, this voting gauntlet going on right now. I think we're in the third round. Alright, so let me pull up the game here. Let me turn off the iPad audio for a second. Alright. If you've already seen the banner, no spoilers yet, but we'll find out soon enough. And then we'll see who GHP is and all that fun stuff. I don't think I need this. No, Sparkle, stick with the chart, please, because I think it'll help you a lot. Again, once we get to a point where you're... Because like, right now, again, you started this chart maybe like, what, like a couple months ago, but we need to get you to a point where, on average, you have about 160 before pulling on banners. You can still pull before that, but you'll feel a lot more comfortable about your planning and resource management once you get to a point where you can do... we can go into a banner with about 160 pulls, and you'll feel confident, like, I'm getting this character. And then if you have extra, great, save it for the next one. 160 pulls. 160 is a safe one because, again, 180 is a hard guarantee, but because you get 10 pulls with each... Or sorry, you get a free pull back with roughly every 10 pull, then you'll get to the 180, basically. I'm praying I can get enough orbs for Spark, otherwise I'd be very sad. Let's see what the banner is. All right, let's find out, guys. All right, welcome back. We're about to start over in Faye here. Let's give it a watch. That's very loud in my ears. Okay, there we go. Edelgard's blocking my window. Let me move. Oh, does anyone have the English link? Someone have the English link? Niece calls was very distracted. I need an English link, guys. Thank you, Weeb. So you got Promia, but that was it. Yeah, we got a double. My very first Hoyo double ever in any Hoyo game. Is this the Fallen banner? We're going to find out. It's a new Heroes banner. Did we get Fallen already? We should have gotten Fallen banner. Violet, really? Ashen Nightmare. Okay, so this is a Three Hopes banner?
Wretches like you. Prostrate yourself.
Three Hopes.
Very well.
I guess I'll repeat it. Sothis' Wrath, Serious Pulse, Attack Speed Arya, Demonic Force, Dual Support 4. Strikes fear with his pacing gaze and delivers a crushing blow. Add in another. He can parry powerful attacks.
For my lord.
That's why I'm cooked. Posted a link to a version with English name. They all have English names, but like if you read it, sometimes it's gonna feel like broken English sometimes, or it's not gonna say like the terms exactly as they would in the English ones. So if you compare them, you can tell. Okay, Ivy. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Bewitching ruler.
Alas, I am exceptionally beautiful. I always have been. You cannot look away.
Wait, 70 is a debuffs attack stat? Feltome, logic. Final say, AR detect aerial, and AR crux ploy. Her allies can unleash specials over and over. Can jump over allies at the front and fire magic 9 spaces away. What?
Extol me!
What? 9 spaces? This game is broken. Like beyond repair. It's broken beyond repair. Time to get Fate Pass again. Need Fallen Ivy. Is Fallen Ivy from DLC? Like everyone Fallen is from DLC. Herfagato and Leo were most wanted Fallens to happen. Oh, her, comma, Fagato. Like, not her Fagato. I'm like, what? Why do heroes banners always have Spark anyway? She's from Fel's Analog. I forgot that. I only just canceled Day Pass. All right, let's see. New rearmed heroes. So no demote. What's going on? No demote. I guess no demote. Ooh, are you gonna want this one?
My will is not my own. I exist only to obey another.
All right.
I will obey.
Canis from Yggdrasil here. Fallen never really. Arcane 12's Writ, Comet, attack speed Arya, speed res Unrest, and 11th Deadlord. I think I need this too. Well, they're rearmed, so they're also limited. So I kind of need both limiteds. Drives the enemies berserk with style. Isolates. Okay, we'll read that later. So if the next one's also rearmed, I'm gonna need both those. But I kind of also want the IV. 160 unlikely, but how much would you recommend to have for pulling? So if you want to guarantee you get the character, because again, 180 is the guarantee, right? 160 is enough that you can essentially assume you'll have a guarantee. Because remember, you get a pull, at least one A rank or 4-star back for every 10 pull, assuming you either have the character already C6, but generally about one every 10 pull. So 160 is a safe number to go in, and plus 2, it's very rare that you hit like hard pity. So 160 is like my safe number that I go in. Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Storm King. Terra's gonna want this one, right?
I finally found that butcher. My fellow Lagoos will be avenged.
Fallen Tibarn. Okay. So angry about Tibarn, as if
No more talk.
oh, right, Hyan wasn't there. Arcane Fury Bites. So they're both rearmed, okay? Sturdy Lagoos, Attack Defense Excel, Chaos Torrent, and Dark Beast Agility. I'm in audio only? Okay. Oh, you're doing the multitasking. Okay. Enemies freeze at the sight of him. Yada yada. I'll read all that.
My fury is beyond control.
I mean, we'll try for both rearms because they're limited. But I also really want the IV.
What is it? Beg forgiveness.
And let's check in Faye here for what the GHB is. I remember a Fallen Tibarn Cypher. I only know of is Ike. It's Tibarn Cypher AU because I don't remember that. We'll go through their kit and we'll see how they're working the logic here for some of these Fallen heroes. Yeah, so no demotes. All right, and of course you can spark after 40 up to 2 times, chat. All right, GHB Miklon. Wait, which one's Miklon? Destitute Rebel. starting May 8th. Is that Friday? That's Friday. So yeah, this banner is on Thursday. We're going to be doing a Fae. We're basically just do a Fae stream on Thursday because in addition to polls and the new chapter, obviously, and all that stuff, we're also probably going to use the time to be like, okay, we need to buckle down and clear out some barrack space because I have none. I'm gonna grind ores for Byleth because I need, Sylvain's brother, JP. Oh, Sylvain doesn't get a young alt, and then his brother gets a fallen alt. Sylvain's just getting, like, screwed over. Like, come on. Like, he was it was very clear he was supposed to get a young hero alt last month. Like, that was very obvious that it was supposed... Like, he was on the TT banner. It was very clear that he was supposed to be the free TT unit. Like, I'm still very salty about that. This is so mad he won COI. I'm sure they're not mad. I'm sure, like, if I'm being completely honest, I feel like, okay, they made the decision to cut TTs. They probably had a few in the pipeline, including Sylvain, that they were like, okay, we've got these ready to go. And then they were like, okay, you know what? We actually, to cut costs, we're going to stop doing these TTs. And we just have to be like, all right, we're going to stop it right here. But they honestly should have just kept going until they ran out of the TTs, or being like, okay, we're going to stop doing TTs on after this date. But then any ones that they had like set up prior to that or in the pipeline, they should have just been like, okay, we're going to release these, and then that's it. But it's very clear that he was supposed to have a young hero alt. And then, so in that regard, again, they probably decided for some reason to be like, okay, we're just going to cut it here and now. And then, unfortunately, like I'm sure they feel a little bad, but I'm sure they're not mad that like he won CYL. I'm not sure, and things like that. I'm sure the reaction that people got, that, like, because it was very obvious that he was supposed to get a TT young hero. I'm sure they're like, yeah, we're with the fans. Like we get it. Like we wanted to do it. We commissioned everything, like the art and everything, but we made that decision. We have to stick with it. Otherwise, yada yada yada. I don't think they have to stick with it, but I'm sure they're like, yeah, we made a decision. We got to stick with it. Otherwise, we're just gonna be going back and forth and back and forth. So, all right, chat. Who's pulling for what, or who's gonna hope to pull for what? He's never had a good version, and then this, yeah, it's very unfortunate. All right, let's go through these skills here. I kind of want to get the Ivy, but she's not limited like the other ones. Because, again, Fallen Heroes are in the general pool. But we have 2 rearmed. So basically half this banner is not in the general pool. Dang it. Of the 2 rearmed, I don't know who I want more right now. But we'll take a look. Did any of them color share? I don't think they did. Let's take a look at this, guys. So we have... Let's go back so we can see the artwork better. Went too far there. Right there. Okay. So here's our artwork for Byleth. Only need 15... Wait, time to write 135 orbs so I can spark an Ivy. I only need 15 because I have 120. Oh, okay. So she's your main target then? Of course, you know me. I need all the Byleths. Yeah. I want the Ivy, but I also want to get the rearmed first because they're limited. But we'll see how good they are. Maybe they're not good enough that I need them, right? Let's see. Let's hope. Canis is secondary. Are you going for the Tibarn at all, or are they more like a stretch goal? Like if you get the other 2 in like 50 pulls, then maybe try for Tibarn. Anything like that. Need to farm 135 ores because it got 0. Ooh. Or you can just swipe. By the way, guys, Zadora did open more emo commissions, and so a swipe emo is actually one that I kind of want to get. So you guys can be like, oh, you should swipe your card and buy more pulls, but I'm not gonna. But she's only taking max orders of 3 emotes right now. So, and I have more than, like, usually we order 12 at the time. At least though, I would probably want to get at least 6. So we're gonna hold off for now. But we do need to start kind of planning out the next emotes that we want to order. Daito says they finally gave male Byleth a Fallen. I don't like Byleth as much as I love Sothis, so he's a skip. So Tibarn is a distant third. Okay. Honestly, Byleth shouldn't exist in even. No, no need. You can usually get enough before banner ends. Even the game acknowledged it. All right, let's go. Let's see what we got here. So are we at full resolution? This does not look like full resolution. Nope, we are in like the worst resolution. There we go. That looks so much better. All right, so we got Byleth's art here with Sothis. I will say I like this art. The way they kind of incorporated Sothis into it as well. I think this is art which is pretty good. Ashen Nightmare.
I offer no name to.
Is she not in the art though? She's only in the attack art. Oh, that's lame. So yeah, this art is well done, but I think this would be more effective and look cooler if Sothis was in this artwork too. I've been waiting for male final Byleth art. They said it doesn't make sense and he should be a woman because technically as a man he's a male goddess. All right. Yeah, again, the artwork's well done. I just feel like this art would be better if Sothis was in every piece of the art. Got her fallen art like 2 years ago.
Wretches like you.
So, Infantry Green Mage.
Prostrate yourself. Very well.
Got Prometheus W engine in one pull. Let's go. That's essentially like a double if you think about it, right? From your last one. Just on 2 different 10 pulls. Let's go. Also, hearing Sothis' voice from Byleth is hell jarring. Wait, do we get their stats? I didn't see. 40, 55, 46, 31, 22. Most of those are debuffed, though. Did you see Ivy's debuffed attack stat was 70? Like, what the hell is her normal attack stat? I mean, how small is this font? What are you doing to me? That's why Byleth wasn't on Young Banner since he was planned for this. Don't like your optimism sometimes. I'm sorry. Alright, we have Sothis' Wrath. Accelerate special trigger, cooldown count -1. At start of turn and after unit acts, if Canto triggers after Canto, inflicts panic, speed shackle, and res shackle on closest foes and any foe within 2 spaces of those foes through their next actions. Grants attack speed defense res +15 to unit. Unit deals +25 damage excluding AoE specials. Reduces damage from foes' attacks by 15 excluding AoE specials. And neutralizes effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks and effects that prevents units follow-up attacks during combat. Unit can use the following style. Sothis' Wrath style. Unit can attack foes 3 spaces away. Unit cannot attack foes 2 spaces away. Okay. So it's a either or. Unit deals +10 damage during combat excluding AoE specials. Cannot move through spaces within 3 spaces of foe that has triggered the Bulwark effect. Does not apply if unit has a pass skill. Unit suffers a counterattack if any of the following conditions are met. Foe is armored with range equaling 2, or foe can counterattack regardless of unit's range. After combat movement effects do not occur. Skill effects range is treated as 2. This style can be used only once per turn. So we have Serious Pulse. When special triggers boost damage by unit speed. At start of turn, inflict speed res -7 and share spoils plus on closest foes and foes within 2 spaces of those foes through their next actions. Inflicts penalty on foes' attack speed defense res equal to the highest penalty on each stat between target and foes within 2 spaces of target. Calculates each stat penalty independently. Reduces damage from foes' first attack by X%. If unit initiates combat or during unit's first combat initiated by foe each turn, X equals 80. Otherwise, X equals 40. First attack, yada yada yada. And reduces damage from foes' follow-up attack by 40% during combat. And also, if decreasing the speed attack, if decreasing the speed difference necessary to make a follow-up attack by 10 would allow unit to trigger a follow-up attack, excluding guaranteed or prevented follow-ups. Triggers potent follow 100% during combat. Attack speed Arya. Demonic Force inflicts speed res -4 on foe, neutralizes unit's penalties, unit deals damage equal to the unit's max special cooldown count value ×5, excluding AoE specials, reduces damage from foes attacks by unit's max special cooldown count value ×3, excluding AoE specials, and grants special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack during combat. And dual support 4. Okay. We catch up with chat. I'm pretty sure I'm in the last leg of the update. Is it on the longer side, shorter side? What are you thinking? Don't apologize. Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Experience. Big text walls for no reason. Let's check checking polls for extra copies of Lucy's W engine. Since it's the budget support. Oh, nice. Alright, gamer, welcome in. Yeah, we're watching the Fallen banner right now. There's 2 rearmed. And I still want one of the general pool ones as well. Not this one. Okay. Strikes fear with his piercing gaze and delivers a crushing blow. And another. He can parry powerful attacks. I don't know why I read it like that. Whatever. Lights are dimming. Won't be on much longer today. If you just came in, we got super lucky in ZZZ, so now we're looking at the Fallen banner for Faye. Gonna be on Genshin at least? Okay. And again, once we farm more pulls, I know there are some characters right now that you want, but and you don't have a ton of pulls, but once we get you to a point where, because like I know you said like I have positivity, right? But the thing is, I go into banners that of characters that I want to guarantee. I don't go in unless I have 180, or I've made peace with the fact that I won't get them. We got Ivy here, so like that's why I'm like quote unquote optimistic. It's because I know I'm gonna get them. And then if I go in with less than that, I'm basically assuming I don't get them. The way I think of it is if I don't have enough to guarantee them, I go in with the expectation that either if I get them early, then I got lucky. Great. If I don't get them, I'm building pity for a future banner, which that's fine. Whatever. So, can you call to him? That's a good point. When it's just so this puppeting a meat puppet. By the way, was Grace on standard, or do you have a guarantee now? I have a guarantee now. So again, the only one in the near future that I might pull for is Valina. She's on my radar. She's not like a hard lock we're gonna pull for, but for 3.0 at least for the new characters, she's the one that I'd probably want to lean towards right now. So yeah, the guarantee, knowing we have a guarantee is also good to know. And that's the other thing too. Like if I go in not expecting to get a character, if we build pity, fine. If we get a guarantee, if we lose and get a guarantee out of it, then it makes it easier for me to kind of know that I'm gonna get the next character in less pulls. So, oh, did you get? Yeah, that's what we were saying. Yeah, so we got a clip of it. I think Dragon got a clip. So we got our very first Hoyo double. So we got Promia, who we didn't expect to pull, or didn't expect to get. Again, it's just a yellow because we were committed. We were ready to go for 2 10 pulls. We were like, okay, we'll throw some pulls at them, and then we got a double on the first 10 pull. So we got Promia. So in total, she took 7 pity. I'll double check that in the VOD, but it was 7 pity for Promia. It was 5 pity for the Grace, and then we have 1 pity left over for the next guarantee. Awful timing to miss stuff, I guess. I was barely able to pay attention to stream because I was on call. Maybe you should take a call during the next polls. You can still pay attention, but maybe just take a call. Maybe that's the good luck there. Corrupted Ivy from the Null timeline, and the only reason why I pulled them. But yeah, I want this Ivy, but I also want to pull the rearmed because they're limited. But we'll see. Let's go through their kits and see what's going on because she's in the general pool. We'll get her for sure at some point, but it would be very nice to get her now if I can. I do like the art, but I mean it's Ivy, so. Very hard to mess that up. All right, like this artwork here, like it totally matches her aesthetic, like her whole color scheme and her design. And now you got these like lightning vines almost, right? It like totally matches her aesthetic. Just do full circles. That's probably a good point. I just saved the ores for bridal banner. Rearmed will rerun whenever. They'll rerun whenever, but they're technically still limited. Ivy's a must-own for me. Candace is just a want. The Bang Boos don't count for me. She's also been dead for a while. Wait, who are we talking about here? All right, so we have a flying colorless mage. Didn't she already have a colorless?
Really beautiful. I always have been.
Oh, corrupted Ivy.
You cannot look away.
All right, so look at this. This is a debuffed stat line. 70 attack. Like what? 40, 70, 36, 30, 55. Do we get a non-debuffed stat line here in a second? That's right. Take down that gatekeeper. Fell Tome enables Canto distance Canto distance or max of 3, min of 1. Accelerates special trigger cooldown count -1. Disables foes effects that calculate damage using the lower of foes. Sorry, let me start over. Disables foes effects that calculate damage using the lower of foes defense or res, including AoE specials. For a unit and allies within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit, grants attack speed defense res plus X. For unit, X equals 15. For allies, X equals 5. Neutralizes penalties and grants special cooldown count -1. Before each of their attacks during combat, including when they attack twice or perform a follow-up attack. Unit deals plus 25 damage excluding AoE specials, reduces damage from foes' attacks by 15 excluding AoE specials, and neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat and restores 7 HP after combat. We have Logic. Final Say. grants attack speed defense res +9. Unit can move through foe spaces. Preferred. Unit can move to a space within 2 spaces of any ally within 2 spaces, or any ally within 5 spaces that has entered combat or used an assist skill during the current turn. Wait, what is this kit? At start of player phase or enemy phase, grants Creation Pulse and Anathema to units and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. If unit's res is greater than foe's res, or unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, unit attacks twice during combat. Unit deals damage during combat equal to the number of times the unit has attacked in the current combat times 5, excluding AoE specials, including current attack. If unit's HP is greater than 1 and foe would reduce the unit's HP to 0, unit survives with 1 HP. Yada yada yada. Miracle. AR Detect Aerial and AR Crux Ploy at start of player phase or enemy phase. If any foes within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit have have res less than unit's res +5, inflicts ploy and exposure on those foes through their next actions. Inflicts attack res -4 on foes within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit, and those foes suffer guaranteed follow-up attacks during combat. Let's see here. The Bang Boos don't count for me in terms of doubles. Okay. Well, hopefully then your first real double is really cool then. I got a character I wasn't planning on going for, and then a loss. But that gives us a guarantee at least. Again, I want to see a non-debuffed stat line. Her allies can unleash specials over and over. Can jump over allies at the front and fire magic 9 spaces away. Ridiculous.
Extol me.
Technically, Tabarn is the only person on this banner who's not a walking corpse. Like she's been dead alongside the Royals and Nell's timeline. Oh yeah, they're all yeah. Candace is a dead Sarah. Ivy is a corrupted corpse, and Violet is a walking corpse even in his normal state. Violet's a legit stillborn, only able to live because of the power of the god, so Tabarn's the only non-corpse. There's technically now 16 Violets in Fae if we count backpacks. Male and female, I'm assuming, because that's a very large number. All right, look at this stat line, guys. 40, 72, 38, 32, 57. Yeah, we got to pull this Ivy. 9 spaces away. Like, combined with my, like, young Camilla and my young Edelgard Dimitri duo and my armored Winter Edelgard, which can go 3 spaces for some reason as an armored. My Lucia, who has something on her that lets her jump like forward like 5 or 6 spaces. Yeah, counting together. Okay. So yeah, basically I can move any distance on the field now if I deploy her on that team. The web event for HSR won't work. What do you mean? It'll work if you have to go through the game. Click on the link in the game and then you access it through there. I try to start it and it displays an error message in Japanese. The heck? Mine wasn't in Japanese. I went through the game. Was it working for you before? Or no? Because I know... Is that the thing that Sparkle was talking about? I don't know if they were talking about the web event or the streaming thing. Because it's a streaming event too. Can't tell the difference between the character languages. I mean, they both use, like, similar characters. Hold on, I gotta back up here. Because, one of the Japanese alphabets, kanji, is actually based on the Chinese alphabet. Kana is different. If we're trying the web event, that gave Stellar Jades that... Oh, it finished. Okay. Like the one with like the teams? Is that the one, Weeb? The Phantasm Moon new game? Okay. If that ended, then I guess it ended. There's also a streamer event in the game. It says you have 5 hours, 22 minutes. Oh, then it should work, I guess. All right. I think this artwork's pretty cool. I like it. Il portent.
My will is not.
Il dottore. All right. This artwork right here, not so much. The other one was, I think I like their attack art better. I mean, this is fine, but I like their attack art better. The one with the teams, it should have ended by now. Okay. Yes and no. There are actually a few kanji that are native to Japan rather than being copied over from Mandarin. Yeah, but it is based off of the Chinese. So that's why there's so many. Now, that being said, even if the characters might be the same, oftentimes the actual translation is going to be slightly different. That's why, what was a good example? I think I have to look up the exact example because I think the one that I'm remembering is that, for example, Spirited Away, when Chihiro writes her name down, signs her name down for Yubaba, but then like Yubaba like magically takes away one of the characters of her name somehow changes to Sen, and that's because of the difference in the languages. Pretty sure it's just calculating points right now. Okay. I haven't checked Sorrow yet today. I have to do my dailies anyway, so
Is not
I should do that in the background here.
I exist only to obey another. I will obey.
37, 65, 41, 12, 48. Although those stats are buffed and debuffed. I feel a bit bad if it's Chinese and I just messed. No. If you don't know the languages, it's totally understandable. Who are you, an art critic? I mean, yes. I art and music is like the fine arts are my profession. Pretty sure it's just calculating the points right now. All right, let's see here.
I see.
I used to do art streams. I don't know if I should bring those back. I'm not like the greatest artist, but I did used to do art streams. Arcane 12's Writ. Accelerate special trigger, count -1. At start of turn, after a unit acts, if Kanto triggers after Kanto, inflict speed res -7, sabotage, speed shackle, and res shackle on closest foes and any foe within 2 spaces of those foes through their next actions. Grants attack speed defense res +15 to unit. Unit deals +25 damage excluding AoE specials. Reduces damage from foes' attacks by 15, excluding AoE specials, and reduces the percentage of foes' non-special reduced damage by X% skills by 50% during combat excluding AoE specials. Comet and Dancer, Prancer, and Beaks. Attack speed Aria. Speed res Unrest. Enables Kanto 1. For foes on the map whose res is less than unit's res at start of combat, inflicts speed res at -X, max of 7 during combat, and those foes cannot recover HP during or after combat. When an effect such as Feud is triggered for allies, excluding unit, that effect will also neutralize the skills cannot recover HP after combat effect on their foes. X equals number of types of bonus effects, excluding stat bonuses, and penalty effects, excluding stat penalties, active on player team and enemy team. Inflicts speed res -4 on foe, deals damage equal to 20% of units res, excluding AoE specials, and reduces damage from foes' attacks by 20% of units res during combat, excluding AoE specials. 11th Deadlord. Let's go through all this. If a skill compares units res to a foe's or ally's res, treats units res as if granted +5. Disables foes' effects that calculate damage using the lower of foes' defense or res, including AoE specials. At start of player phase or enemy phase, grants attack res +6, anathema, and neutralizes foes' bonuses during combat to unit and allies within 3 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Grants bonus to units attack, speed, defense, res equal to the number of allies on the map with the anathema effect active, including unit ×4, max of 12. Reduces damage from foes' attacks by 7, excluding AoE specials, and neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. Unit can use the following style: Berserk style. Unit can attack foes within 5 spaces of units and 3 rows or 3 columns centered on units regardless of unit's range. Damage dealt by units' attacks and damage from foes' attacks during combat are reduced to 0, and foes' savior effects will not trigger. Rooker takes at least 1 damage. After combat, inflicts Feud and Discord on foe through its next action and grants another action to unit. Unit suffers a counterattack if any of the following conditions are met. Foe is armored with range equaling 2, foe can counterattack regardless of unit's range, and foe's range is the same as the distance between unit and foe. Unit cannot move or attack structures. After combat movement effects do not occur. Unit's AoE specials cannot be triggered, and remaining movement granted from Kanto is treated as 0. Skill effect range is treated as 2. This style can only be used once per turn. And what was her... She was a... Is that infantry red mage? Yeah. So you have infantry green mage, infantry red mage, and flying colorless mage. Drives enemies berserk with style. Isolates foes and buries them with her special, and can prevent foes from healing. Grail would have been the perfect choice. Hold on, I need to catch up the chat. Looks like. Wait, what do you mean falling Grail? What? Idea where to start learning, sadly. I started with Kana, because kanji is just it seemed overwhelming at first. Is Tibarn the first completely Fate original Fallen? If so, there's so much potential for cool stuff now. Seemingly, it's a Tibarn who was exposed to Izuku's crap, which I think is a Fate original idea, which is something I've been wanting to see for Fallen banners for ages. Well, no one ever said they had to stick to like Cypher or stuff like in the canon games, because the like Fate, they base their stuff off canon, but then they kind of like take their own spin on things. Like, they just use the source material as a launch point. That's why I'm a little sad that technically none of this stuff is canon canon to the games that they originate from. Like, all the Leon stuff that they, like, obviously, like, hint at maybe in the games, but, like, they kind of flesh out here. The stuff they flesh out here is not canon. But it's a nice thought, though, and it could be utilized in a future game as canon. But, you know, we'll see. All right, so we have this guy. So it looks like he's like in the middle of transformation here into his Lagu's form.
I finally.
Why does this voice sound familiar? Is this the same voice from previous Tibarns? It sounds like I've heard it recently. All right, good artwork though. I like it.
Finally found that butcher. My fellow Lagoos will be avenged.
Joe J. Thomas. I don't know who this is. So he is a. What is it?
Finally found that.
Okay, so he's blue, flying blue beast units. So that none of them color share, which makes sense.
My fellow Lagoos will be avenged. I can't be stopped.
4371, 48, 48, 18.
No more talk.
Arcane Fury Bite. Accelerate special trigger, cooldown count -1. For foes within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit, inflicts attack speed, defense res -5. Neutralizes foes' bonuses, and foes suffers +10 damage from attacks during combat, excluding AoE specials. Grants attack speed, defense res +10 to unit, and unit deals +25 damage, excluding AoE specials. Reduces damage from foes' attacks by 15, excluding AoE specials. Reduces damage from foes' specials by an additional 15, excluding AoE specials. And reduces the percentage of foes' non-special reduced damage by X% skills by 50% during combat, excluding AoE specials. At start of turn, if unit is adjacent to only beast or dragon allies, it is not adjacent to any ally, unit transforms, otherwise unit reverts. If unit transforms, grants attack +2 to unit, and unit can move 1 extra space. That turn only does not stack. Sturdy Lagoos. When special triggers, boost damage by unit's defense. Reduces damage from foes' first attack by 40% during combat, first attack, yada, yada, yada. If unit is transformed, grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack, only highest value applied, does not stack, and inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack during combat, only highest value applied, does not stack. Attack defense excel. Chaos Torrent. Enables Kanto distance +1, max of 4. Removes condition to transform. If defending an ether raids at the start of enemy turn 1, if unit can transform, unit transforms. At start of turn, and after unit acts, if Kanto triggers after Kanto, inflicts attack defense -7, frozen, and sabotage on closest foes, and any foe within 2 spaces of those foes through their next actions. Inflicts attack speed defense -5 on foe, deals damage equal to 20% of unit's defense, excluding AoE specials, and reduces damage from foes' attacks by 20% of unit's defense during combat, excluding AoE specials. If unit has not used or been the target of an assist skill during the current turn, grants another action to unit and inflicts isolation on unit and pair-up cohort through their next action in the following cases. A. Unit initiated combat, or B. Unit took action without entering combat, takes priority over Kanto once per turn with A and B counted separately, does not trigger when affected by effects of Foresight Snare or traps in ether raids. And then Dark Beast Agility. Inflicts attack speed defense -4 on foe, disables skills of all foes excluding foe in combat. What? And unit deals +5 damage excluding AoE specials. And reduces damage from foes first attack by 5 during combat, first attack, yada, yada, yada. And also, if unit speed is greater than foe's speed, neutralizes effects that guarantee follow-up attacks, foes' follow-up attacks, and effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks during combat. Same Tibarn VA. Just probably trying to make it sound off because this is not Tibarn's usual. Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Enemies freeze at the sight of him. He closes the distance to foes, and closes the distance to foes and swiftly fells 2 enemies in rapid succession. Marnie,
My fury is beyond
no.
control.
Yeah, we saw his stat line there.
Ha! Beg forgiveness.
All right, let's see. Let's take a look at this art here. So no artwork here of Miklon. We don't even get artwork of or we don't even get the sprite for Ivy yet. But all right, I'm pulling for. I kind of want all 3 of the last ones, so we might just do full circles. I don't have a ton of pulls right now. I have 36. I can go through my rainy day pulls if I need to. Remember, guys, voting gauntlet final round has started. Do any banners end today? I should double check that soon because I know some of the ticket banners might be ending soon. No, we're good. All right, we are good on those. Oh, this one ends in 2 days. The one with the 4-star special guaranteed. Okay. Anyway, spread for Ivy is on the disclaimer screen. Oh no, it's just that I was always like just checking to see if it was like on the map already. But I was looking for mostly Miklon. Time to do my least favorite fight in Genshin, the Luna 8 weekly. Oh yeah. I mostly just do those with like when I do match, so then I can go in with like Llama. Although I guess I can go in with a few more options now, like Inefa or whatever. But I generally go in with Nefer, and then hope that someone brings Llama. But all right, yeah, Kaizen's caught up in at least the main Archon quest. And again, you said you wanted me to make a list for you. I gotta remember to do that. I'll see if I can do that tonight. But basically, it would be. I'm trying to think if there's anything else besides just the main stuff. Because there's. Hold on. Luna 5 would be Varka story quests. Luna 6 has Linnea story quest, but there's also a world quest for the new area. Was there a quest, chat? Again, without spoilers, for besides Varka's story quest in Luna 5? I can't remember. I don't think there was any Archon quest stuff. I think it was just Varka's story quest. There was an event, but that was limited, Kaizen, so you should probably just watch. Again, you can watch my VOD, you can watch any other VOD. But there was an event. It was the Mondstadt, kind of like the revisiting event, which was really good, actually. The story for that one's really good, so that's worth watching. So I would do that. Was that before? Or maybe I'll skim through it. I can't remember if it was before or after the Varka story quest. But did I miss the trailer? Yes, we can watch it one more time just to kind of like recap if you haven't seen it yet, Boshock. But let's give it a watch, and then we'll, I guess, wrap things up here because it is almost 11. Or I guess I can do my other Hoyo dailies just to get that done on stream. I think, yeah, actually, I think we do have some standard polls in Star Rail, so we might as well do those. Here's our first one, Boshock. Fallen male pilot.
Offer no
What's up
name
with this?
to wretches like you. Prostrate yourself. Very well.
For my lord.
Heard a rumor of Switch 2 version of Smash Bros. In 2027. That's not really rumor. That's more of like speculation. But I think it is a fairly safe bet that they're gonna want to release some type of Smash Bros. Whether it's a Smash Bros. Ultimate Switch 2 edition or a new Smash Bros. They're gonna want to release it like earlier rather than later in the Switch's lifespan. We have Fallen Ivy.
Alas, I am.
This is probably my main target. So Ivy and Violet are in the general pool, so I really shouldn't be targeting them, but I really want them because the next two are going to be limited units. So we'll show you that in a second. New version, call it Ultimate Deluxe. Well, then it's not a new version. That's just Ultimate again. Going after Ivy, but Ivy's in the general pool. She's not limited. So that's why I really shouldn't be targeting him right now, but we really want Ivy. The next two units you're about to see, though, are limited. They are rearmed Fallen Heroes. Have we had rearmed Fallen Heroes? I feel like we have. I don't think we've had two in one banner, but... Said before, I hope there's no new Smash games. Just port Ultimate new characters. Let Sakurai rest. You know he's not going to want to rest. Like, even if he was like, okay, I'm retiring and someone else is going to handle it, you know he's going to be like, kind of like... micromanaging, kind of chiming. Oh, you should do this. You should do that. Oh, here, let me show you. You know what? I'll just do the whole thing. You know that's what he's gonna do. He's not gonna want to rest. Like even if they would have to force him, and they're not. He's not gonna do that. That's exactly. What would you call it? Infinite? I don't know what I would call it. That's not my job of naming it. He's almost killed himself repeatedly making these games. He needs to retire.
My will is not my own.
But he's one of those people. He's like Miyazaki. Like I can't see him
I
retiring like a typical retirement.
I see.
He's gonna if it's a Smash Bros. Game, because he loves playing these games too. It's not like he just makes this as his job. Obviously he does, but he loves playing these types of games. He's wanted to walk away multiple times, but Nintendo legit announced Brawl. Right, that was like 2 generations of Smash Bros. Games ago. Like he likes these games. He plays these games a lot. He likes working on them.
I'll smash him. Have at it.
Can this be possible? So again, she is limited because she is rearmed. So I kind of want her too.
Sacrifice yourself.
And then this last one, we're all shaking our heads over. Can us get this? Get it? What? Yeah, I know. I got it. A 10 stream streak. Congrats, Boshak. Look at this one. We're all scratching our heads on this one. Storm King Tabard.
I finally found that butcher.
Little Plushie says hello.
My fellow
Hello, hello.
Lagoons will be avenged. I can't be stopped. No more talk.
Fallen Birdman. Arcane Fury Bites, Sturdy Lugos. Yeah. Actually, when you say Birdman, that makes me think. Has anyone here seen the movie Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind? It's the first unofficial Ghibli movie before they. It's what caused them to be like, okay, it was successful enough that we're like, all right, with this team that we made this movie, we're gonna officially form Studio Ghibli as a company. So even though it was made before the formation of Studio Ghibli, it was basically the same people. So it's often counted as like the first Ghibli movie. To me, Birdman is Tony Hawk.
Beg forgiveness.
I saw someone ask him in an interview like recently, like if you could skate in the Olympics these days, would you? And he's like, no, dude, I'm too old. Let the newer kids do it. Can this be fair? All right, who you pulling for, Boshak? Like I said, I want Ivy, but I also want both of the rearms because they're limited. So it's 3 characters I want on this banner. And like if we get Byleth too, it's not like I don't want Byleth. It's just that like he's the lowest priority for me on this banner because he's general pool, and he's not Ivy. So Ivy being general pool means I shouldn't be targeting her because I can get her I can get her anytime, no problem. Well, not no problem, but you know what I mean. But we just really like Ivy. She was like my favorite Engage character. So, well, one of my favorite. I have lots of favorites from Engage characters. So again, like a lot of the Engage original characters, I actually really legitimately do really like a lot. Ivy, Yunaka, Citrine, Panette, you know, a lot of these characters. Ivy, who's the free GHP? Miklon. Yeah, Kaizen was making a good point about young Sylvain not getting released, and now we have Miklon. So Sylvain's just getting screwed over left and right here, guys. But all right, that's our banner. And again, you can spark up to 2 times. But that's our banner. What do you guys think? Engage cast is Engage cast is pretty awesome. I just wish the original characters got a bit more screen time, because a lot of them did feel very one-dimensional because they just did not get as much screen time compared to some of the legacy characters. Which I get that the whole point of the game was to kind of like focus on like the engage mechanic of the rings, so that's why they had to focus on the legacy characters. But I just feel like because of so let me switch the screen over. Let me pull up Starl first. Veil, Ivy, Fagado, Gris, Lapis, Yunaka, Tamara, Alir, Panette, Marin. Yeah, there's a lot of great characters in Engage. Some of them did feel very one-dimensional, or they had like one gimmick thing about their personality, and that was kind of like it. Which I do feel bad, because I feel like some of them had a lot of potential. It crashed so hard on my end. Wait, what? Oh, it turned you into a rap? Okay. I wonder if those are clippable, but... Are you on mobile? Right? I think you usually watch on mobile. Just glitched and said, I feel like over and over. I feel like. Alright, let's just get our dailies done and we'll wrap up for the night. And then I gotta figure out if I farmed for Lucia or not. I think I partially did. I don't know if I fully farmed for her yet. So I don't know if we'll be able to level them up like a whole ton of things, but we can level up their level. I don't know if we can get all their like skills and stuff like all that. So check how many pulls I have in the other games. So you guys said that the Phantom Moon New Games is done. Yeah, it says 4 hours. Recap VOD. Oh, it's a live stream VOD. Okay, yeah. It ends soon, but according to some people, they're just calculating stuff now. Let's see. I'm clicking this one. iPad app? Okay. It froze for a second for me. Would you actually want to use Akron again, or would you just use mine? I mean, I would like to use them in the game, but if I'm doing stuff that allows me to use supports, then probably I would use other people's, yeah.
Play nice. Turn over this eternal page.
Oh yeah, I really should pick my free one soon, huh? Also, for the golden thingy or whatever, the companion thingy, I should just go Hua Hua, right? I think that's a pretty set thing. Yeah, should I just claim that now? I think I do have some standard pulls as well in this game, so we're gonna make sure I do those. But should I just go with Hua Hua? Although I don't think there's a time limit on those anyway, so I don't have to wait. But it would be nice if I could start using them, because I think they were recommended for one of my teams. I mean, would you use Hua Hua? You can save companion spirits. I think I would. There was a team that I have, and I don't remember which one it was. Let me see.
Don't blink. Cleanse hatred with love. Don't blink.
You could save 6 for an E6 of a favorite. I don't know if I would go that far. Yeah, see here. This because I use Game 8 a lot. This guide's Elation team for Silverwolf level 999 is Silverwolf, Sparksy, Yao Guang, and Huo Huo. Now, obviously, you can replace Huo Huo with other sustained replacements, such as PT, Danhong, or Hyacinth. But this one recommends Huo Huo. Tom, E6 my Topaz. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I don't know if I would want to E6 any character that's already been added to that list anyway. I would probably most likely use it to get characters that are on the list that I don't have, so I have a bit more flexibility in team building. I wouldn't necessarily want to E6 a character, especially as a, not free-to-play, but just monthly thingies, so. But yeah, this guy suggests Silverwolf level 999, Sparksy, Yao Guang, and Huo Huo. Better Topaz, I'm hoarding them till Cypher's added. Yeah, obviously I don't have Yao Guang right now, but I'll probably put Elation Trailblazer for now. Plus then, that means I don't have to use Hyacinth or Permancer, Terre, Danhong on this team. I can keep them from overlapping with other teams. So yeah, I think Huo Huo is a pretty safe pick there. I think we go ahead with that just so I don't have to worry about that one anymore. We'll have the Huo Huo. Ooh, double crit. By the way, I took some games off my Glad I Own shelf because not sure on their status. Triangle Strategy, Echoes of Wisdom, and Yokai Watch 4, which is in Japanese, so I can't understand it. Wait, why? What do you mean? Not sure on their status? Like, what? Alright, we do have standard pulls, so we're going to do those before we figure out how many pulls I have left. So we have 3, and our P on standard banner in Star L is 44. This will take us up to 47. Here we go. Triangle Strategy, Echoes of Wisdom. Oh, right then. Oh, I have to choose again. Alright, next pull. Dun, 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 dun. Tried triangle strategy last night. I like the main couple, but I hate the way the game and especially the camera controls. I don't know if I want to play it or not. Like, I don't know if I want to keep them or not. Oh, okay. Have you finished Echoes of Wisdom at least? Alright, so now, how many pulls do you have unlimited? 23 plus... No? Okay. 23 plus... 11, so 34... plus 89. Let's say, let's just add the 11 to the 89. So it's 100 plus the 23, so 123. Still 40 over trend line. All right, on to Genshin. I like to a third dungeon area, but I just have so many issues with the game. My only redeeming quality is having a playable Zelda. Has the art style bothered you as much as Link's Awakening did? Like, is that still the same for you, or is it better, worse? Just out of curiosity, because I know that was one of the things holding you back from Link's Awakening, like that you just couldn't get over that. It has okay. Same as Link's Awakening, or worse, or what? Claim anyone's birthday? No. Catherine.
Add Astro.
Playable Catherine when? Just kidding. What are your thoughts, Catherine, on Sandrone? Hate the art style, just as bad as Link's Awakening. Okay, I hate the design of everything being completely open and ruining every puzzle. I mean, I think that's what the point they were going for. They wanted kind of creativity on the player's end, which I think, okay, it's an interesting idea, but sometimes I feel like because it's so open, you kind of like, you can break the game very easily with just using beds over and over to make stairs and bridges. So in that regard, I'm not a big fan of it. But I mean, I appreciate them trying things out and kind of seeing how the openness can serve the game design. Is it something I would want in like all the future games? No.
Thank you for completing
but I appreciate them
today's
trying
commissions.
things.
Here is your This realm is If you ever have any
2D Zelda is
questions
meant to be
the
about type
realm
puzzle and level
within,
design, while 3D is
you
more
may ask
for
me.
open. If you can just cheese every puzzle with the same 3 items, that's no longer solving puzzles. I think it's because they haven't made a new traditional 2D Zelda in a while, so they likely forgot how to. Actually, a lot of the older 2D Zeldas, especially for the handheld consoles specifically, were outsourced. The main Nintendo team has not developed a 2D Zelda game since I want to say... Well, are we counting like... No, I guess we're not counting that. So yeah, I guess we're probably looking at more like Link to the Past, probably. Wasn't Link Between Worlds Nintendo? That was actually, yeah, you're right. Are you counting? So we're counting. Are we counting like 2.5D then? Because that was like 3D, but it was like still top down. Echoes of Wisdom for me, it almost feels like they were trying to kill 2D Zelda as a formula. No, I think part of the reason is because again, it was a different puzzle mechanic, and it was very open, and I think that's part of why they wanted it to be a Zelda game, so to make it distinctly different from your typical Legend of Zelda, where it stars Link. So I think that was very intentional. All right, if you guys just came in, we're getting close to the end of the stream. We got our first Hoyo double ever on a YOLO pull for Promia, and then we got a loss to Grace, and now we have a guarantee on Valina or whoever we decide to go for next. We got my first actual Pirouette Meloetta in TCG Pockets that wasn't gifted to me by other people. And we got a Faye trailer for the new Fallen Heroes banner. Let's see. Oh, that's right. It's because I'm like, I was like, why am I not getting this? Because I'm done. That's why. 12 days till this resets. When does the thing for the free cons reset? That's like a week or two away? Or is it? Oh, to temper thyself journey far. I saw someone post on social media. They were on like, I think there's 8 things here, right? They were on the 6th thing. This was last week apparently, but they apparently missed a day and there was no way they could finish that week, and because there's only 2 weeks left as of last week, this week and next week, they literally were just one off and they now could not get the free con, so they sent a letter for begging, hey, can you extend this event for me or whatever, yada yada yada, and they're like, we're so sorry, unfortunately we can't do that for you. And I feel bad because that's so much time invested to try and get that. But because they forgot to spend their resin one day. See, for me, spending resin is not that bad. Like, if I just do it, if I just convert to condensed resin, then I'll do that. But other times, if I have more time, then I'll actually do some like, battles and stuff like that. But, I mean, I get why not everyone has the time to do resin or remember to do resin stuff every day. Chibi Robo Ziplash made something that goes against what everyone wants and then said, well, didn't like it so clear you hate the series, and now we don't have to. They're not going to do that with Zelda, don't worry. Having any power is maybe the worst to happen to Nintendo. Alright, so we have 12 days until this one resets. I don't know who I'm gonna go for next. I don't even know who's left. They don't let me see the list on here. I guess I can look it up online, but at least in the game it only shows me the ones that I have that are eligible. But I don't know who's left. Okay, let's see. This list doesn't help me. All right, we already got for my free cons. Let's see. I think Jean, Yaimiko, and Shenhe. Yes. Yeah. Let's see. Jean, don't have Wanderer or Zhao or I guess I could go Chi-Chi. Shenhe, don't have Ganyu. Ayaka, Eula. We did try for Eula. We did like 2 temples, I think. Because he killed Paper Mario, and if I recall, he's the one who threatened Chibi Robo fans. I mean, Paper Mario's intelligence systems. It's to me and other people what Reggie is to you and other fans. Let's see. We have Baiju, Tainari. So Chi-Chi, Tainari, Kaching. Sino, Yamiko already got. Albedo, Ito, Nilu, I forgot their names from Watatsume Island. Child. I really want to get Child at some point. Just get all the Harbingers I can. Let's do it. I mean, we got all the Archons. We might as well. Oh, by the way, I can't remember if I talked about this yesterday. I think I've refined my Genshin banner predictions through the rest of Not Cry. We'll see what happens, but I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, basically it's just standard characters now. Chi-Chi, Tainari, Kaching, Mona. Oh, Dragon, I gotta send you your keychain. I still have it here. It's almost been a year. Let's see. Hu who hasn't run in the longest time, chat. They're, I think, by far the one that hasn't rerun in the longest time, so they need to run at some point. Let's see, Klee. Actually, I do have Klee, and she's technically limited, so I could go for them. And then Dia and Diluc. Okay, so chat, who would you go for? It's just basically left for me for the next free con. It's all standard characters plus Klee. So Chi-Chi, Tainari, Kaching, Mona, Klee, Dia, and Diluc. Who would you go for out of those choices? The only ones I actually use from time to time is Dia. I guess I probably should use Mona more, especially now she's she's C1, I think, because we lost to her recently. Or no, we got her on standard, so we got Mona C1. But who would you go for? Again, standard characters minus Jean, because I already got her as a free con. Standard characters plus Klee. The only one I sometimes use is Dia for like Spiral Abyss. Haven't recently. But I only recently got Diluc and Klee for the first time, so I haven't really kind of factored that in. And then I also did get Mona C1, so I could use them more now. I don't know. Who would you guys go for out of those choices? Standards minus Jean, but plus Klee. Anyone? Guy who makes Paper Mario now. He has some Sticker Star. Okay, yeah, because that is Intelligent Systems. I know that. You would go for the Dia. Yeah, because of the choices listed, she's probably the one I've used the most, like by far. But I haven't used them recently because I haven't needed to. Like, she was always another option for Spiral Abyss, but as of late, I've gotten better characters and better teams, so I don't have to use her now. But of the characters listed, she's the one I've used the most, even if I haven't recently. Mona C4 for... Oh, wait. For C4? What do you mean? Mona C1. So she would get to C2 if I got her. Oh, to build to C4? Yeah, she would only get up to... Because we only get one free con per character. So she would get up to C2. Kaching would be the one that would get to C4. I guess that's a consideration too, because then we get the thing once we get to C6, but she's nowhere near C6 yet. She's only at C3. So I guess Kaching could be a future option too. I guess, yeah, if I don't use Dia as much anymore. Do you guys think Mona's worth using though? Again, she's C1, she could be C2. Could she be useful in some situations for me? Or with the teams or with the characters I have, maybe not so much? Because otherwise, yeah, maybe Kaching going for C4 would be the smartest option to get her closer to that C6. Because once you get her to C6, then we get the stuff for... I can't remember what it's called, but when you get the extra stuff to then level up characters to like level 100 or 95, then 100. So maybe she is the smarter pick for next. Because again, I haven't used Dia recently because I haven't had to. Pre-buff Mona was only usable for damage screenshots. Not sure about post-buff. Okay, so that's something I should look into at least for usability. Because again, yeah, I haven't had to use Dia lately, and with Mona now being C1 and potentially C2 if I were to go for her, then maybe that's something that could be useful for me. Otherwise, it does seem like Kaching would be the smarter. If I'm not going to be using any of them, it sounds like Kaching might be the smarter option. Just get her that much closer to C6. So, okay, I'll look into the Hex and Circle buff for Mona, and let's see what she's capable of. I think I did all the witches homework that I can for the characters I have. Is there a way to access that screen that has all of them? Or do I have to just check them one by one now? Because it's not in the events overview anymore. From what I've heard, Dia is finally sort of usable at C6. Oh no, she's not at C6. She's might be C1. Let me double check. Dia. She's C2. Right now she is C2, so she would become C3. If you have any hex on the team, she's especially good at C. Yeah, she's not. She would become C2. That's it. Which is why I want her C6 so bad. Okay. Yeah, Dia is at C2 right now. Mona would only be. Mona's C1. Dia is currently C2. So yeah, I'll look into Mona. So yeah, maybe those are all on the radar for future Krecons. Assuming they're doing this more than 1 year, because I know they said 1 year 4 times within the year. And I'm assuming they're gonna keep continuing it, but I'm gonna run out of characters eventually. She's gonna be your anniversary pick. Oh yeah, we have those anniversary picks too. Yeah, I'll look into the Mona then. I'll look into the Mona and the Dia. Again, we might use them more in the future too. I guess close. Yeah, I guess closer to C4. Sure. But okay, I'll keep that in mind. We still have 12 days to decide before our next one. Actually, no, we can decide up until we claim them, right? Because we can change it. But to start, let me look into the Mona and Dia. Otherwise, I think Kutching is the fallback option. Get that C4. But all right, chat, we're gonna wrap up. Tomorrow's gonna be a late start to stream because I'm gonna come from our band and choir awards banquet. I'll probably be streaming in a suit. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow's stream. Thursday is gonna be the face stream. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. What did I write down here? Did I just write down Genshin? I probably just wrote down Genshin. But it doesn't have to be Genshin. It could be whatever. Maybe we just build the Lucia and the Promia. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Tomorrow stream P3R. Do you guys want to know a secret, or should I save the surprise in terms of my upcoming stream plans? I am at some point going to start P3R soonish, but there's one game that I've been kind of mulling over that I might just be like, you know what? Let's just add it to the list and let's try it out. Tell us. Do you guys want to know, or do you want to ruin the surprise? Tell us. Guys, like, tell us. Okay, so again, in terms of stream calendar, we always figure it out once the fake calendar gets released. So I usually can't do that until at least about the 10th day of the month. But I am planning on probably putting out like a full calendar of like, okay, this is the planned games for that month. Obviously it is all subject to change. But I'm planning on putting out a calendar being like, okay, here's what we're planning on playing for the whole month, subject to change. And like, okay, here's when we might potentially start P3R. Here's when we might be doing Pokemon. Here's when we're obviously doing, because obviously with Marching Band season starting soon, I probably need to get back on an actual weekly schedule. Like, okay, Genshin's on this day, ZZZ's on this day, Star Rail's on this day. I might just be like, screw it, one full day, we'll give Impact Third a chance. One full day, and we'll see where we're at after the 1 day. And we go from there. So that's the deets. 1 day where we're not committing to it beyond the 1 day, but we'll try it out and we'll see where we are and we go from there. So again, I'll try and put a full calendar out once we have the fake calendar in about 5 days or so. To be fair, Impact Third starts off kind of slow, so keep that in mind. Yeah, we're just trying it out and we'll see what we think. But that'll be a full day. Again, I have summer break starting basically the 29th. So it probably would be after that, but if I am going to be starting it, I would rather start it sooner than later, so because I've already missed out on so much, obviously, but we'll give it a shot, we'll try it out, and then we'll go from there. No commitment, but we'll see. All right, but we're going to wrap up. Let's see who we can send you guys to. It is 11:30 tomorrow. Not sure what we're doing. I have Genshin penciled in, but it doesn't have to be Genshin, but let's send you somewhere. Try a demo character, not the starting crew. I'll consult. What's the word I'm looking for? Consult with you guys and on the best way to go about starting that when we get closer to it. But early character gameplay is kind of rough. All right, well, where are we sending you guys from right now? Let's see. We got options. Shamimi's doing NTE. Nick is doing Fire Emblem Heroes, likely for the trailer. Zora Doom is doing P4 Golden. Nahomi is doing Date Everything. I think we rated them yesterday, right? Mesa's doing Sonic Adventure DX. Yeah, that's not the good one. Avail's doing Fire Emblem Fates. could go there. I haven't gone there in a while. Ruby's doing P5R. You still have on playing some D&D. And show more. I'm following so many people. This is getting to be excessive. It's not even loading anymore. My browser's being slow. Ready the fake Rogers base? It'd be so funny. I don't even know what it was. Hold on, nothing's loading right now. TCG Pocket. Let me pull that up real quick while we're trying to figure out our raid target here. Did my first time haggling on eBay? How'd it go? Oh, this is my alt. So usually if no one sends me a Meloetta by the end of the day, I usually share one of my rear cards from my alt to my main. There's an item I wish I could haggle for on eBay right now, but they don't have the option to make an offer. Person who was selling a Vesperia cartridge only had it for 19 with offers open. Offered at 16 and oh nice, good. Yeah, for something like that, I'm sure they understand, like, you know, a few dollars isn't gonna make that much difference, but if someone doesn't have that money and 19 is a deal breaker for them, but they can afford a little bit less, then I'm like, good sellers will realize take the 16. Alright, why is my Twitch not loading anymore? It literally just loaded it a second ago. I can't even see who to raid anymore. I'm gonna check it on my phone. Since ZZZ added, so you can see how many polychromes you are missing from events. Oh yeah, they added that. Yeah. What about? Let's see. I think it's still the same choices, right? Shami playing NTE. Nick is playing FA, or at least going through it, are they? Oh, they're looking at other stuff now. Zoran is doing P4G soon. Nahomi's doing Jade Everything. Mace is playing Sonic Adventure DX. Avail's doing Fae Conquests. Zarissa's doing Dead by Daylight. Shut Up Sprinkles is doing Tamagotchi Life. Ruby's doing P5R. Useless doing Dungeons Dragons. I think we're gonna send you to Avail for Fire Emblem Fates. We haven't gone there in a while. Found out I can get like 30 pulls from Hollow Zero. Let's go. Yeah, I gotta farm the rest of Hollow Zero because I think who was it? It was either Destiny or someone else that made a good point. Like that's probably getting like adjusted soon once we finish up season 2. So I should farm the heck out of Hollow Zero. Just found out that. So actually save money from what I would have from the GameStop online thing. Time to finally do last month's Fate chapters for the orbs I need. Yeah. Hollow Zero Pod, Lacking Well, welcome in. You came in just as we're about to end. We were wrapping up stream. We were watching the Fate trailer. We did our ZZZ polls. We got my first Hoyo double. We did a poll in TCG Pocket and got my first own pirouette Meloetta because all the other ones were gifted to me. But yeah, nice. Thank you. But yeah, we're wrapping up stream here. We've been on about 3 hours. Can't remember, did it disclose if Levitain or Leg Yarn is the champion yet? That's a good question. I don't remember. I think right now it's... I think it's gonna be like Yarn. I remember Levitain being injured, but I can't remember if that's where we left it. the fact that they didn't kill her like in an instant means that they still plan to do something. Levitan was a champion, wasn't she? Did they go that route? I can't remember what they did. That's how forgettable Faye has been since we entered this whole Yggdrasil, or not the Ragnarok kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, if you're gonna play the old chapters again, there you go. Levitan needs a passable alt. She does, but at the same time, I don't want it to come at the expense of Leg Yarn. So she's never gotten like a really standout version before. But all right, chat. Let's wrap this up. Let's go right over to Avail, who's doing Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. If you're subbed, and again, if you guys came in late, no worries. We are gonna be on tomorrow, but tomorrow's gonna be a later start, so I'm probably gonna stream later tomorrow. I am gonna be coming home from our Band and Choir Awards banquets, so I'll probably be streaming in a suit. I'll be streaming in a suit tomorrow. Yay! I don't get to stream in a suit that often. But yeah. Alright, copy the High Papayas. If you're not sub but have channel points, redeem for the Hildebonk emote, and then you can use the old sub raid command, the Hildebonk one. And if you're not sub and don't have channel points, you can redeem for the regular raid command. Doing FE Conquest, she better have built Selena. So I hope their Seer gets it for Hell instead of Air or Leaf. Yeah, we'll see. Never got an alt outside of being Leaf. Yeah, but the thing is, I want them to get good alts, but I don't want that to become at the expense of like the more interesting characters of each region. Now that being said, the Seer is kind of more interesting than Air, but I feel like Yarn is the more interesting of the two sisters. So, all right, let's go raid. If I can spell. As usual, follow on social media and join the Discord. I will see you guys tomorrow for probably Genshin. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, by the way, if I told you that the secret plans for a future stream, trying out a game, don't tell anyone. It's still secret until I make the calendar. So don't tell people. Unless you already did, in which case, don't. But anyway, see you guys. Gunther should be. Yeah, that's true. Bring them back. Bring them back. I'm telling you, not yet. Again, I'm gonna make a calendar. I'm gonna release the calendar in like 5 days, guys. Once we have the fake calendar update, then I'll make that calendar for the month. But all right, raid's about to start. You guys have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. Best of luck on your polls if you haven't done so already. If you are playing the story, I can't wait when I finds out. Okay, I'm not. You don't have to tell me that you knew. But anyway, if you are starting the story for ZZZ, best of luck. Remember, no spoilers. I'm gonna probably try and start it on either Friday or Saturday. But we go from there. All right, you guys have a good one. I'll see ya. Bye. Go say hi to Avail. Playing Conquest. Just don't tell him that you knew ahead of time. Tell him you found out like everyone else. All right, bye guys. See ya. First double.